Tony on the boundary. We'll talk more about the Longford team that are taking on the Bombers tonight. But Tony's down there near the centre circles. He's with the umpires. Tony, what are conditions like down there?
Very good, really. There's a very fine covering of dew on the ground already. You can probably see it shining in the lights. It's not slippery at all. The ground's nice and firm. They could take 5 bounces running into goal if they want. It wouldn't really matter. There is no wind at all that I can see. The windsock's
pretty limp,
pretty motionless. Very, very faint breeze. Hopefully this is going to be a really good game. You know, Longford, when we saw them a couple of weeks ago, they were pretty confident with the way that they performed against Launceston. They felt they could carry that on. They didn't quite get there against South, but they know what they did wrong in the earlier game. It's going to be interesting. I still have a horrible feeling, though, that North are going to win by 10 plus, though.
Thanks, Tony, down there on the middle of UTAS Stadium. I'll get back to you in a moment once the toss has taken place. As now we're looking at the Longford team run out on the ground, Tony, Max, and really a big reliance tonight, I think, on some of those experienced players that have had a lot of games at TSL level. We talk about Casey Brown, we talk about Isaac Chugg, of course, who's a big inclusion tonight. Also Ethan Hubbard, Dylan Headland, who spent some time at North, Casey Curtis. So some of those players that have got experience on UTAS Stadium and know the North way of playing, they're going to be big players tonight for Longford. Yeah,
they should be, Dave. And like I say, they've got the experience. They know the way that North's played because they've been in their program. And, they're certainly not shy of talent, Longford. It's probably just the depth at the moment that's hurting them that little bit on the scoreboard.
Oliver Chugg this year's kicked 8 goals, and we know he can be a really dangerous forward. He can present well and he can snap a goal when needed. So he's a pretty important player up forward for them.
Yeah, he is. And just having a look here, I think he got a ripper when we were out there the other week.
Last quarter when Longford were making that run.
Yeah, he did.
Talking about those two games, I mean, 2 really good efforts, especially against Launceston. Now, we went out there that day, Longford versus Launceston at the Country Oval, and thought this could be 10 goals plus, but they really took it up to Launceston, had more scoring shots and could have won that game. Perhaps were a little bit disappointing against South Launceston. They didn't quite repeat that effort, but at home they're hard to beat. But on this expansive UTAS Stadium, it's going to be tough for them.
Yeah, it'll certainly test their legs tonight. And but on the flip side of it, regardless of the result, it gives them an opportunity to play on a ground like this. You come here in 3 or 4 weeks' time, you're watching Hawthorn, Adelaide or somewhere like that. So it gives them the opportunity to rate themselves a little bit about this is where I'm at, and to continue to improve. I need to get better at this. I need to be able to run a game out, do the rotations like North does and that type of thing. So as a whole club, I imagine South hit more the present night. I noticed on Facebook a couple of times where people have been a bit critical of some of the results, and he's been very positive in saying that we're keen for our boys to be tested against the best opposition in the state and learn from them. Right? So that's the attitude they've all got to have.
Do you think Casey Curtis will say to his team, let's take the game on a bit, take a few risks? If it doesn't come off, well, at least we've tried something.
Yeah,
they can't really park the bus, can they? They're going to get scored against, but to score themselves, they're going to have to take a few risks.
Yeah, they are. And I think, I just said it a little bit earlier, I think their game tonight will be slow it down, keep it tight, because they won't want to get or allow North to get that run on and use the spaces like we know that they can.
Back to Tony on the boundary. What do you got for us?
Longford's had a win. They won the toss and they're kicking to the town end. As I said, there's no breeze, so I don't know, perhaps the lights will be better down that end.
Thanks, Tony. If you're one of those people that gets on Play HQ and has a look at the team selections, there's been a change, as we alluded to before, and the experienced Josh Gray is out of the team, and Ben Chugg has come in. One of 2 Chuggs playing day for Longford. Of course, such a famous name at the Longford Footy Club, Max.
3 Chuggs.
3 Chuggs.
Oliver Chugg, Ben Chugg.
Yeah, of course, 3 Chuggs. But so it's just a famous name at Longford, isn't it?
It is. So I think they're all, I'm trying to work out the cousins. So they are, Ben and Isaac are first cousins, and Oliver is, I guess, a second cousin. He's the next lot of Chuggs down, I think.
Okay, so Max has got that wrong. If someone from the Chugg family, you got your text number. They won't give it out, Max, but I'm sure you'll...
Oh, a couple of them have got it.
A couple have got it. They'll give you a text and put you straight, but I reckon you've got that really well right. A lot of the Longford boys tonight in the long sleeves, which makes calling them a little bit difficult when they're a long way away from us. But we're about to get underway here at this beautiful venue here at Northern Tasmania, UTAS Stadium. is hosting AFL this time in 2 weeks. Hawthorn, Adelaide. Should be a classic game. 2 top 8 teams. But tonight we've got North and Longford. If you're watching on your laptop with the AFL in the background, turn the sound up. We're going to entertain you this evening with some pretty good calling, Max.
Turn the sound down on the laptop if you're watching the AFL.
No, up. Listen to us and watch the AFL.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We're underway. Umpire throws the ball up here at UTAS Stadium. First tap there to Lee. A massive number of hit-outs last week. He dives after it. Bursting through a stingle. He can't pick it up. Little kick out. A congestion there by Brown. So first inside 50 to Longford. Maloney gets the handball away. Chance here for the Tigers. Going after it there is Simpson. Up against Ben Murfitt. Still a contested footy in the pocket. No clear possession. Now Bo Nash gets it to half-back.
Isaac Chuck.
First involvement, kicks it inside 50. Handballed away. Stingle and Trupp.
Good tackle by Isaac Chuck there. You know, just persistence and got back in and made the best of the mistake that he made. He's actually ran away from that and letting Casey Brown kick. He probably thinks Casey's probably a better chance there from 50 out. Both teammates at Launceston in a premiership year.
It's great work there by the Longford forward line to keep the ball in their attacking 50. Laid numerous tackles. Now Casey Brown is going to deliver from probably just outside 50 as he got the leg. Kicks towards Invermay Park end, slightly offline, but it's the first score to the Tigers. They're one behind. North Launceston get to score. Played 90 seconds here on City Park Radio 103.7 and 96.5. And via the AFL Tas live stream. Out of the defensive goal square. Bennett looking for a Gannis. Pushy opponent out of the way, takes a comfortable mark. Little 45 kick works out okay. Mark taken there by Summers. Summers goes wider to Ives. Switch kick, but Ives is under pressure. Has to go backwards underneath the scoreboard. Had a good game in the rep game last week. Now to Lockie Shea by foot. Go to the wing. Target is Lee. Drops a mark he should have taken. Looks for an outlet. Good little chip kick here to Connie Young. Drops a mark he should have taken. Gets it to Stingle. Longer now to Summers, who's tackled by Isaac Chuck, holding the ball, and there's a good Longford crowd in, Max.
There is. They always support their club well, Dave, regardless of where they're playing and where they're on the ladder. You can guarantee that the town will travel.
Former Collingwood Magpie, Isaac Chugg, kicks towards half forward, but falls short. Mark taken there by Lockie Mitchell. So tight start. Longford lead by that 1 point. 2.5 minutes in. Kick misses the mark. Isaac Chugg off the ground. Up here in the direction of Jake Murfitt. Can't work it to a teammate now. Casey Curtis dives in. Forces a stoppage. Umpires tonight, Ollie Pye, Adam Hayes and Oliver Wright. The central umpires, Lee thumps it 20 metres in their team's direction. Brandon Leary, tackled from behind. Gets it now to Summers, back to Leary, playing in the long sleeves tonight. Handball away. Long now back to Summers, who's had a lot of involvements. Tackle from behind. Curtis, quick kick inside 50. There's no one there except about 3 bombers, and Theo Ives takes the mark.
They just don't want them to get this spread too much here, Dave, do they? Like North love the opportunity to run and carry the ball, and they're just starting to open the middle of that ground up a little bit at the moment. They love coming into the middle, as we've seen little 3 short 45 kicks there at the moment. It's just in the hands of Bo Nash, still going sideways, but plenty of options. Lee
tries to find Bailey Mitchell as the recovery. Gets away from Headland. Chips it in inside, attacking 50 towards Cox Goodger. But good work there from Alexander, who takes the mark. Is that a match-up, Max? You think so? Alexander and Cox Goodger?
He's probably got the only guy who's got the strength to be able to manage him when the ball's coming in long.
Deegan Madden to half forward. Good kick. Mark taken there by Chugg. Oliver Chugg kicks to half forward on the lead, presenting as Jet Maloney. Couldn't quite take the chest mark. Close to the boundary line. Lockie Shea kicks it to the wing pretty blindly. There's Isaac Chugg again. Tackled from behind there by Oscar Mansell. Be a ball up and a good start from the Tigers, Max.
It is, but while they're balling this up, got it wrong. 3 chugs are all first cousins, thanks to Matty Sitzma, who's up in New South Wales somewhere watching and listening at the moment, David. Caravanning around, the caravan life.
Relation to Hamish?
Father,
thank you. As Bennett now gets it to Young, will be under pressure, over the top. This is Bo Nash, I think, who kicks inside 50 to Cox Goodyer, can't quite take the mark. Player tackled from behind. Ball released out towards Bo Nash again. Tries to get connection with a teammate, can't do so. Kicked out of the fence by Casey Curtis. He's been pretty good so far, the coach. Out to the wing, Bennett. Airball backwards to Ives. Ives gets it to Lockie Shea. Youngster now gets it to Bo Nash by foot inside the centre square. Plays on this way, that away towards half forward. Good work there by the Longford defender. Hubbard, it is indeed. Yeah. So many little long sleeves tonight. And those white numbers against the yellow sash, Max, aren't ideal for callers.
No, but God, it looks good, Dave.
The Tiger jumper, you love the Tiger jumper.
The Tiger jumper, absolutely.
In fact, these colours, you were at the G last Friday night watching these very colours.
Did you have to bring it up?
Okay, sorry about that.
Thanks very much.
It was a good occasion, though, I'm sure. It was
a great occasion, good, beautiful night.
Is tapped away now by Lee, only as far as Isaac Chug. Simpson now sharks it, gets a little bit of room, kicks it to the pocket, dribbling kick out of bounds.
So for the first 6 minutes, Dave, Longford have kept North scoreless. Admittedly, they've only kicked a point themselves, but it's the pressure that they're applying. North have probably had 30 more possessions already, but they've all been just sideways, not gaining any meterage.
So the coaching hierarchy for Longford really happy with this first 6 minutes. Deegan Madden and a Gannis. Gannis might have won the tap. Cox Goodyer snaps towards goal. Brad Cox Goodyer has kicked the first for North Launceston. Now there's going to be a discussion here, has it gone through or not? I think the umpire's pretty convinced it has. No. It's been marked on the defensive goal square. So pick up the player there, Max. I think it's number 15 there in Joel Lloyd.
Yep.
He's marked it right on the goal line. It's a classic Cox Goodyer snap, but just fell a millimetre short. As we've transferred play now to the far side.
Sitzma.
And Sitzma's taken the mark. Invited now to play on. Thinks about going sideways. Now we'll go down the line. Tries to spot up Curtis. In fact, it's Sam Graham over there. Spills over the back now towards Bennett. Ends up now with Lockie Shea, who's been busy early. Gets it, handball back now to Bennett. His sideways kick finds Lockie Mitchell, who says, we'll steady things down, boys. Now he plays on. What a great kick. Oh, mark dropped there by Ben Murphy. Opens the door for Connie Young. Handball's close quarters now to Jack Avent. Inside 50, Declan Shark grabs it, gets it off to Cox Goodyer. He can't pick it up. The dangerous Leary snaps. And Brandon Leary kicks the first for North Launceston. Just had a bit of space there, 30 out directly in front, and he doesn't miss those, Max Walker.
He certainly doesn't, Dave, and I guess that's just a prime example as to how mistakes can cost you a goal pretty easily. Poor old Benny Chuck.
Benny Murphy.
Benny Murphy,
yep.
Sorry. I think it's his birthday today.
Okay.
Ben Murphy, so happy birthday. Son of Di and Greg. Very good Longford pedigree, but it was a costly error. Probably should have marked that. It goes over the top, and if the ball's loose and you've got Brandon Leary running around 10 metres, within 10 metres
yes.
of it, you've got to be very close to him and not allow him to just kick easy goals like that.
First goal of the game at 8.5 minute mark of the first quarter. It's North Launceston 1 goal straight 6. Longford 1 behind. Lee wins the tap. We'll get to groups for some stats in a minute. Deegan Madden sharks it. Gets the handball sideways. Kick off the side of the boot there by Gatenby. Out in the direction there of Ben Chug. Pursues it to the boundary line. Groups, what do we got stats-wise so far?
Clearances, North Launceston 4 to Longford 2. Inside 50s 4 for North Launceston and 3 for Longford.
Okay, so pretty even there so far. Good experience for Deegan Madden tonight in the ruck, although it's going to be Sitzma this time. Hamish Sitzma, the number 31, up against Alex Lee, the number 30. Lee just takes it out of the ruck contest as it fell short. Kick's not great. Falls between a few Longford players. Leary's there. His handball goes nowhere. Trying to escape is Bo Nash. Tackled from behind. And we'll get a ball up. Attacking the side of the wing for North Launceston.
Yeah, fair bit of the play happening over there at the moment, Dave, for whatever reason. Normally we like to see it over this side, especially when we're having trouble picking up the numbers, us young blokes.
Alex Lee with the free kick. Inside 50, has a few targets there, and Cox Goodger is one of them. And he takes the mark. About 30 out, slight angle. Just made sure he got to the drop of the ball, cleared out a bit of room, and took the mark. Yeah,
it was just great use of his body, and that's what we expect to see from Cox Goodger, and just disappointing there from Alexander. He'll be keen to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Cox Goodger, umpire barely moves, kicks a second goal for North Launceston. And that's second goal in a couple of minutes. And they're 2 goals straight, 12. Longford 1 behind at 1 point. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Elgas for all your LPG needs statewide. Talk to the locals in Knowledge, phone 13 11 61. Thank you for your support of our sports broadcasts here on City Park Radio. And we know that North Launceston Max can get goals in spurts. You think you've got them under control, you think you've got them contained, and they can score rapidly at will sometimes.
They can, Dave, and we commented, for the first 6 minutes they were goalless, and in 4 minutes they kicked 2. So it can change extremely quickly, and does change, and we've seen it happen a lot over the years.
Lee with a big thump forward. Finds connection with Bo Nash, who's slung to the ground, releases the ball. Slow to get up, Bo Nash. Here it is now with Bailey Mitchell. Gets it to Dom Pitt back in the team. Bundled after he kicked it. Max saw it. He kicked downfield. Not sure who the player was who executed the bump. Might have been young Tutul, Max.
No, it was young Benny Murfitt. Probably just a little bit of frustration coming through because of missing that mark earlier. But certainly well after he got rid of that ball.
Ball is in the hands of big Tony Aganis. Had that horrible injury last year, Max, with his ankle. We saw him one of the games we covered.
Played at Longford as well.
Yes.
As well.
So for our radio listeners, he's 45-degree angle, about 30 out, kick into the town end. Interesting run up, close to the man of the mark. And I think he kicks it out of bounds on the full. No, it just leaks in. Good connection there between the boundary and goal umpire. So 1 behind, 2-1-13 to 1 behind. Hubbard from defensive goal square.
Ben
Finds
Chugg.
a teammate there, and Ben Chugg, the veteran. Kicks outside defensive 50. But straight down the throat there of Summers. His kick's not great, but it does find its way to Bennett. They can build again now here, North Launceston. Oh, the kick smothered nicely there by Sitzma. On the ground, contested footy. Jake Nash works it to Bo Nash. Ben Chugg, it's the handball away to Isaac Chugg. Long kick here to Jet Maloney, defensive side of the wing. Hasn't got a lot to kick to, plays on now. Has the support from a teammate there in, that's Sam Gray. His kick's not great. Pressure on Madden there. It's going to be a ball up.
Situations like that, Dave, their skills have got to be better.
Yep.
First the handball to put the player under pressure. Then he's picked the ball up under pressure and had to do a pressure kick inside 45 and turned it over.
Stingle tackled by his fellow number 3 there at Isaac Chugg. So it'll be a ball up centre wing. Margin's 12 points. Lee thumps it forward. Falls up at Tootle. He's busted open there as Tootle by his North Launceston opponent Oscar Mansell. Now it's with David Summers, who's had a lot of footy in this first quarter. Funny old kick inside 50, inside out. Falls now to Alexander for Longford. He kicks up the wing, but another turnover. Lee thumps it 40 metres. Torpedo high inside 50. Oh, it's a mark to Declan Chugg. We're just lurking out the back. Cleared the contest in front of him. And he took a chest mark low down. He'll shoot on goal from about 35 out.
He certainly shouldn't have been the recipient of that kick, was it? It was just a chaos kick from Alex Lee. 2 guys competing for it. He just stood there behind it, landed in his lap.
Get back to that Lee kick in a moment. As you can see the breath there of Declan Chugg in the 90 here at UTAS Stadium. Kicks towards goal. Umpire says 1 behind. I think, they're going to be instructed try and pump the ball in forward 50, Max. And they know they've got the classy players in there that can make it work for them.
Yeah, the Learys, the Cox Goodgers, Mitchell down there this year. Absolutely. So, they'll be keen to Wouldn't necessarily say they want to bomb it in like that, though. They're probably a better team than that. They like to
there's
get better
another
delivery. Here's another one of them in the air.
Yeah, it was Connie Young in that situation. Out it comes. Don Pitt. As Leary again kicks his second. It spilled out to him. He had more time than he thought, but he threw it on the boot. He just knows where those goals are, Max. He doesn't even look at them. He just has that sense. I know where they are, and he snapped it through for another goal.
Yep, he certainly does, Dave. And over the years, we've enjoyed watching Brandon Leary kick his goals. The product of the West Tamer, isn't he? Down
so.
that way, Beaconsfield or Exeter in that region. I think he started off with the the Tamer Valley
Demons?
Tamer Valley Demons or whatever it is, many years ago.
Tony, we've got something for you on the boundary.
Yeah, just a little while ago, Casey Curtis came off limping, had a bit of work done on for about 5 minutes and is now back on the ground.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that one. They can ill afford to lose one of their prime movers. In the middle of UTAS Stadium, contested footy, handballed forward of the contest. Ends up there with Sam Husband. His handball to a teammate, put him under pressure, but he got a high contact. And that teammate there was Lockie Shea. Kicks it straight away to Fletcher Bennett. On the wing, he's probably had 7 or 8 possessions already. Oh, his kick smothered. So a chance here now for the Tigers. Picking up is the big ruckman, Deegan Madden, inside 50. Graham, 1-2 grabs. And the veteran there, Sammy Graham, has taken the mark. Oh, now his kick's been smothered, so it's fallen out of North Launceston. Nash, now to Oscar Mansell. Kick up here, looking for Pitt. In fact, that's not Pitt, that's Jasper French with the blonde hair. He's had a hairstyle change as Jasper French. Picking up now as a vent. Back to Bo Nash. Now to Stingle. Oh, Jasper French straight through his fingers. Now Casey Brown. This way, that away. Kicks long to half forward, a one-on-one here. Ives is there, can't take the mark. Front, centre, Sitzma. Pumps it inside 50, it's a one-on-one over the top. Chance here for Maloney against Fletcher Bennett. Maloney can't escape Fletcher Bennett. And they'll work it out here through Shea, although he's caught. Woodley holding the ball. Lucky there, the North Launceston defender and Lockie Shea. And in the end, we're going to get a free kick to Longford. Max, did you see it?
Yeah, there's a trip there, or the umpire, I think it was Oliver Wright, the umpire down there, just signalled a trip. He was grabbed by the leg, which is, I think it's Oliver Chugg, isn't it?
Yes, with those distinctive boots. Pick him anywhere. And he kicked the only goal when they met here in round 1, and they lost by 137. Chance for Longford's first goal. They probably deserve it. Oliver Chugg kicks the first for Longford. Now 1-1-7. Trailing North Launceston 3-2-20. Inside 50's Dave Gruber.
8 to North Launceston and 5 to Longford. Clearances are even at 5 each.
Yeah, so they've had enough of the play, Max. It's the turnovers that brought them undone. But yeah, it was a pretty good work there. They got inside there, attacking 50 quickly. Great effort by Fletcher Bennett there to curb Jet Maloney, who was looking at snapping a goal.
He was off, wasn't he?
He was.
He had the run, and just the experience of Bennett, just to smother him a little bit, which was good to watch from here. It was a bit disappointing, that mark of Graham.
Yeah,
he had the
I
right
took my
idea.
eye off it. The kick was smothered for the shot on goal.
Yes.
Yeah,
He,
okay.
it was Taylor, I think, ran through the middle, got the quick hands, but it was smothered. Not by the guy on the mark. Just he took a couple of steps too far, young Taylor, and got smothered.
18 and a half minutes in. It's Longford 1-1-7, North Launceston 3-2-20. Taking away now is Bo Nash. Talk about those 2 48 possession games. He's on track for another one. As Connie Young lays a big tackle on the wing.
Half of Longford must be away in caravans, Dave. Just got a message here from Roland Chugg, just saying him and his wife Cheryl are up watching and listening in Bendigo.
Fantastic.
Ben, Oliver and Isaac are all first cousins. And Caden Toodle's second cousin.
Okay. There it is, the family affair at Longford as Lockie Shea's got it now. Kicks under pressure. His target here is Summers. There's plenty of Tigers though. Jake Murfitt's got it. Escapes the tackle. Back to Graham. Over the top. Isaac Chugg snaps on goal. Not bad. Into the goal square. Jet Maloney arrives. Kicks it off the ground. Still got it in play. Still a chance for the Tigers. Eventually it's rushed through for a behind. 1-2-8 Longford. North Launceston 3-2-20.
one of those shots on goal would have been handy to get a 6-pointer, Dave, just going into overtime.
Short kick out, marked there by Jake Nash. He's inside defensive 50. Undecided what to do. He goes wide. Over there looking for Pitt. Sport away from him by Casey Brown. Out of play. Casey Brown kicked an absolutely brilliant goal against Launceston a few weeks ago. 4 bounces through the middle of Longford Oval.
Saw that on your highlight reel, Dave.
Absolutely.
Yep, absolutely.
Like to stick up the odd highlight, especially if I'm commentating it.
Oh, you actually dubbed the other commentator out and talk over it on the highlight tape.
Yes. No, actually, Rob Soward called that one. I did have a little bit of input. As out it comes now to the back pocket. Kicked up the wing. Sam Simpson takes the footy. Handballs nicely now to Oscar Mansell. He's off to the races. Handball's not great. Looking there for Pitt. He has to lay a tackle now, Pitt. Play on, says the umpire. And we're going to get a stoppage eventually as the ball emerges. So some young umpires tonight, Max. Ollie Pye, Adam Hayes and Oliver Wright.
Yes, yeah, a couple of them, or one of them younger than the other two. Ollie Wright, still at college, I think.
Yeah, so it's at Patrick's College.
Yeah, and they don't just churn out players up there, Dave. They churn umpires out as well.
Correct. Ball ends up now there with Isaac Smedley. He's, speaking of some Pats boys, kicks up the wing. It's mark taken there by Headland. He plays on straight away. Beautiful kick to Isaac Chug. Takes the mark. Takes off immediately. Handball to Jake Murford, who steadies up. Kicks inside 50 looking for Oliver Chug. Over the back. Plenty of Bomber defenders there. Player tackled to a standstill by... that was...
Casey Brown,
Casey
I think,
Brown,
was the tackler on... Isaac Smedley.
Correct. Lee with a tap. Beautiful to Bo Nash. What a great tap that was. And they're away all of a sudden, North Launceston. Jake Nash, brought from behind by Hubbard. Summers tries to break through. Kick high in the air. Front position, Connor Young. Couldn't take the grab. Try to work it out. Nice little handball by Lockie Shea. Finds Husband. His kick up the wing's pretty good. We're going to whistle on play before the mark was taken. It's going to be Bailey Mitchell. Kicks towards half forward. There's a Gannis. Gathers it in. Gets it to Leary. Gets his arms free. Handball over the top to Jake Nash. Has to kick it straight away. Not to advantage. Headland does okay. Kicks outside defensive 50, but it sails out of bounds on the full.
Just got to hold their ground here for the next 2 or 3 minutes to see the quarter out, Longford. We'd hate to see North, bang on a couple in quick succession that we know that they can here.
Bailey Mitchell. A great season. 17 goals. Kicks inside 50. Declan Chug on the one-on-one. Spills to the front. Mansell from the boundary line. Can't fashion a miracle. In fact, stays in play. Goes over the line now. So it'll be a boundary throw in. 15 metres around from the left behind post. Dave Grube, what do you got for us?
10 inside 50s now for North Launceston, 7 for Longford. Clearances, North Launceston up to 9. Longford on 6.
Thanks to Dave Gruber. Any marks inside 50 groups?
2 by North Launceston and 1 for Longford.
From the boundary throw in. Front position there, Madden wins the tap beautifully to Isaac Chug. He's been good this quarter. Kicks to the wing. Off hands. Smedley. Long handball to Husband. Under pressure. Releases it nicely to Dom Pitt. Decides to go by foot instead of hand. The 45 kick to the half-forward line is taken by Jack Avent.
Been quiet tonight, Jack. This is about his first or second touch, I would have thought.
Yep. Still playing great football. That goal near of North Launceston players. Inside 50 again, it rises high. Lump from the Longford defender sees the ball out of play.
He's still going all right, though. He was in the rep side last week.
Yeah. He's just one of those great stalwarts of the North Launceston Football Club. He could have gone elsewhere here and there, but he stayed with them. 3-2-20 North Launceston. The Tigers 1-2-8. From the boundary throw in. No effective possession. Ball taken there for the Tigers. I think that's Headland. In fact, it was Deegan Madden, the ruckman, who takes the footy. Ball up. Madden wins the tap. Falls to the back. Pressure still on the Tigers here. Umpire lets it go a bit. Another ball up.
This is where they're dangerous, aren't they? North. 20,
Absolutely.
25, 30 out from goal. A stoppage.
From the tap, here's a bit of space. Oscar Mansell. Now to Chug. Snaps for goal. Declan Chug. Across the face. Be a boundary throw in. Beside the right behind post. City Park Radio next week. We make our debut at the Deloraine ground. Max, looking forward to that?
You are?
Yep.
Good. The Del Rock City will love having City Park Radio
Absolutely.
out there, Dave.
Deloraine, Scottsdale. So that's from 2:25, that game next week. Aganis can't quite take it. Isaac Chug does okay. There's Leary again. Snaps. Defender in the way this time, though. That was Dwyer. Gets to Hubbard. Hubbard's sideways kick there to Ben Murfitt. Releasing kick here might be okay for Chug. Oliver Chug, that is, who's wandered up the ground, but he's beaten to it. I think it was Husband over there. In fact, it was Lockie Shea, beg your pardon. Out of bounds.
Great pickup by Shea then too. Yeah, running against the flow of the ball with the Longford guy coming straight at him.
Been pretty good so far. There at half back, the number 18 for the Northern Bombers. Come up through the junior ranks. Lee flips it over the back. Whoever they got there. It's like Bo Nash. He's tackled to a standstill. So just a bit of congested play in the last 3 or 4 minutes. But they'll be okay for Longford because they just trail by the 2 goals. Avent now to Sam Simpson. Just can't get any space here. North Launceston. Oscar Mansell over the top to Avent. Gets out of a tackle. Coughs it up. Isaac Chug. Gee, you heard the voice there and did a beautiful kick to Oliver Chug. Just that vision there, Max.
Backyard footy, that I reckon. Cousins.
Absolutely, but just the vision and the sense there,
Yeah.
not to just blaze away, to find a target. On the wing, still in possession, gets Brinkman with a kick. Towards half forward, Jake Nash has got it. He's got support here from Ives. Ives, 45 kick now to Avent. On the defensive side of the centre circles. Beautiful kick, Avent. Spots up Simpson. Simpson inside 50, has a few targets, can't find any though. Tackle late there on, is that Oliver Chug again? Drifting up into the defensive 50.
Late in the quarter, Dave. They'll all sweep down just to put the blockages in there and clog up the holes.
Oscar Mansell tracks the ball, takes it. Tackled there by Dwyer, holding the ball.
Had his prior, Dave. He could have kept running, but he wanted to get round onto the right.
Tommy Dwyer, dangerous kick for Jake Murfitt. Here's Bailey Mitchell, kicks to the goal square. They've thumped it through there. Tom Dwyer atones for that mistake and sees the ball through for a behind. 3-3-21 to 1-2-8. Good quarter here by the Tigers, even though they trail. Just reminding you, last time they met, it was 137 points the margin. Talked about how far they come since the last time. Looks good so far. Brinkman gets it back to the former Northern Bomber in Hubbard. Kicks to the wing, off hands. Quick kick forward here by Headland to a lot of space. There's plenty of Bombers back here. Isaac Chug though, attacks the footy, takes the footy, shrugs a tackle, handball towards the goal square. Now they've got anyone to run onto it. Lockie Shea is the first one there. And a steadying little kick to Smedley, who marks in the back pocket, Max.
Yes, unlucky there. He thought he might have been just held on to a little bit long there, Isaac Chug. But 3v1, they were always going to win at North. Now they've got the opportunity to steady it down a bit, David. The 28-minute mark, deep in that back pocket there in front of the scoreboard. We see, who's that? Ives, wasn't it? I think it was.
Ives, long kick.
Long kick up to Aganis.
He thumps it forward. Off hands, Headland. In fact, that was Lloyd, I beg your pardon, who kicks it up the wing. Little tap ends up with Bo Nash, fumble. Back to Ives, don't argue from Ives, as legal says the umpire. Gets it now to the ruckman in lead. 45 kick finds Leary, who's drifted up. Sideways kick, 40 metres. Defensive side of the centre square finds Bennett. So possession footy here from the Northern Bombers. Sideways kick to the running Smedley. Played a few games this year with the Tasmania Devils. Under 18 Coach League competition. Now to Bo Nash. His short kick finds Summers. Summers takes off immediately. Kick might have been semi-smothered there. So he ends up here with Chug. Isaac Chug. Tackled there by Cox Goodger. Ball emerges. Good work there by the Longford defence through Hubbard. Kicks up the wing. Bounces off the chest there of Sitzma. Madden, to beg your pardon. Now it works out to Jake Murfitt. Torpedo to half forward. No one there. This could be insufficient attempt. Looking for the umpire. No, throw it in. Your thoughts, Max?
No, good decision, that one.
Okay.
Yeah, look, you're under pressure. If you're kicking it under pressure, you can't control the way a ball bounces.
Fair call. So left half forward for Longford. 29, nearly 30 minutes gone first quarter. Sitzma takes it out of the ruck contest. Torpedo towards half forward. Bouncing footy. Running out to meet it was Madden. Oh, Casey Curtis might have got one in the back. No, says the umpire. It's in the back pocket now. Ends up here with Husband, who's playing a half-back role today. Kick now ends up with Stingle, who's been fairly quiet this quarter. Dynamic last week in the rep game. Sums up his options, goes back to Jack Avent. As it's quarter time here at UTAS Stadium, and we've got a contest to this point in the big clash here in round 6 between North Launceston and Longford. The Bombers 3-3-21 lead Longford at 1-2-8.
That's right, Dave. That quarter went right on 30 minutes again. We've seen some long quarters last week out at Longford. We'll finish in the dark here like we did at Longford as well. But goal kickers,
yep.
Absolutely. We've got 2 to Leary and 1 to Cox Goodger for North Launceston, and for Longford, Oliver Chugg got that little set shot 10 metres out and just done a little toe poke over the guy on the mark to register his first for the game and the first for Longford.
Your thoughts on the first quarter? Longford very competitive.
Yeah, extremely competitive, Dave. And early on, it was that, just the pressure that they were applying. All North could do was, once it got past or into the Longford forward line, they restricted them very well. And the only way North managed to get it out was just perseverance, taking their time, just little chip kicks. You don't see it at this level anymore, do you? Very often there, we've seen a couple towards the end of the quarter when guys are probably a little bit tireder, but you don't see the big long kicks trying to, get it over the top of people very often. They're just prepared to bide their time, little short 45 kicks into the middle. They'll kick it back to you again. They'll go backwards. They'll go sideways. And then all of a sudden a space will open up.
But I think that's what Longford have done well. They haven't allowed too much run through the middle.
No, none at all.
North Launceston have plenty of possessions at half back, as you say, with those kicks. But they usually get a lot of run through the middle and get a lot of inside 50s that go to their forwards. But Longford have been pretty good at that. They put some pressure on. Of course, North Launceston are in front of this contest. They've had their opportunities. They kicked 2 goals in about 2 minutes there in the middle of the quarter. So they deserve that 13-point lead at quarter time. Groobs, you've got the stats there.
Hit-outs are North Launceston 15 to Longford 7. Clearances, North Launceston 12 to Longford 9. Inside 50s, North Launceston 13 to Longford 9. Marks inside 50, 2 taken by North Launceston and 1 for Longford. Intercept marks 4 for North Launceston and 3 from Longford. And free kicks, North Launceston have 5 and Longford have 4.
This quarter time break is brought to you by our sponsor, Brew Coffee Hut. They're making hot drinks for you at the game today. And if you're at the game today, they're just in behind the interchange benches there. And Nikki and Shane are down there tonight serving up some hot drinks. So thank you for your support, Brew Coffee Hut. We'll take a break here on City Park Radio. It's a 13-point lead to North Launceston at quarter time.
Buckby Cherry and you'll see why the Cherry Tiggo 4 Pro might be the right SUV for you. Buckby Cherry, York Street, LMCT 3117.
A sponsor of City Park Radio. This broadcast of NTFA football is brought to you by Elgas, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
Welcome back here to UTAS Stadium. I'm Dave Moore with Max Walker, Dave Gruber and Tony Webb on the boundary to bring you the round 6 action here tonight in the Northern Premier League, NTFA Premier League. It's North Launceston 3-3-21 against a very plucky Longford at the moment, 1-2-8. It's the margin there of 13 points at quarter time. So I think Casey Curtis will be pretty happy with that quarter, Max.
Yeah, just watching him address his troops down there at the moment, Dave, and not all that animated, just plenty of encouragement by the looks of it. Just asking them for those repeat efforts, which was seen from 2 or 3 of them, especially we're talking off air, Isaac Chugg's repeat efforts.
Been brilliant, yep.
Been fantastic, been really good. Joel Lloyd, very composed across the back line, so lots of ticks for a lot of the players for Longford at the moment. But
Tegan Madden, Hamish Sitzma, I mean, they've got a big job in the ruck, but Lee's 15 to 7. He's done a few things around the ground, but he just gives them so many opportunities in the midfield, doesn't he, Alex Lee?
Yeah, he does. He's been state player for a number of years now, so these younger guys, Sitzma and Madden, will certainly learn a lot from him tonight, and just as much tonight when they watch the tape tomorrow or during the week, and just learn how Alex Lee masters his craft. But
I think Longford, a lot of their scoring opportunities have been from that quick kick inside 50. I mean, we know that North Launceston can set up very well in defence, but if you get in there quickly, get some of those one-on-ones happening, anything can happen.
Yep, and that's probably the biggest difference that I'm glad you brought that up, that you see between the two teams. North seem to have a lot more time with their decision making and their placement of the ball, whereas Longford, they slow it down when they need to, but more often than not, they're happy to just keep it moving.
Tony on the boundary, you went out to the North Launceston huddle.
Yeah, they were very happy. Aspects of the game they were pleased with, but they feel that they're not putting pressure on the Longford defence. They're allowing them to sort of get it round almost in an L-shaped type thing and get the ball out, and they're just sort of reacting instead of being a bit more aggressive at it. He also feels that when they get in the ball, they're not using their pace to get away from the packs. Therefore, they're falling down a little bit on some of the delivery and the entry into the forward line, which again he feels has let them down a fair bit. He just wants them to take the game on a fair bit more. Feels just been a little bit, he didn't say timid, but I think that's what he was driving at.
Thanks, Tony. Your comments there from Adrian Smith in his quarter-time address. He's about to get underway. Margin 13 points. So Dom Pitt back today for North Launceston from Queensland. Good young player. He's in the middle at the moment, up against Casey Curtis. 2 number 3s, Isaac Chugg and Stingle in there as well. As Lee wins a tap straight to Isaac Chugg, who's tackled from behind by Stingle. We get another ball up. Underway again. Lee again, beautifully to Stingle. Burst from the contest, handball over the top to Simpson. Takes it on the bounce. 55 out, up here towards Agunas. Can't quite take the mark. Spills to the back. Leary tries to keep it in. He does keep it in. He's got it now. And now the umpire said throw it in. Maybe it was over the boundary line there. Boundary umpire a little bit behind play, Max.
Got caught out there a little bit with a quick transition in, and I was looking at the umpire standing there. It was actually it was the central umpire.
It was. I got fooled by that as well.
Did look out.
Yeah.
So underneath the bright shining scoreboard here, the boundary throw in. Not sure who wanted a decisive type tap out there, but it's going to fall to the front of the contest. Call for ball, and it's holding the ball. I think it's going the way of North Launceston. It might be against Madden back there. And it's in the hands of Brad Cox-Goodger.
I think it was Sitzma on the mark.
Thank you.
Or Lloyd, actually.
Yep, third time lucky. Joel Lloyd.
One of them. It's a Tiger player.
With long sleeves.
With long sleeves and a white number.
Sure, I think I'm going to go with my first thought. We'll see in a moment anyway, but Cox-Goodger's got it. 30 out, 45-degree angle. And they are bread and butter for Brad Cox-Goodger. He slots it straight through. 2 goals each now to Cox-Goodger and Leary. And that's a valuable goal early days of this second quarter to North Launceston. They lead 27-8.
It is, Dave. And in modern-day footy, if you're on the ground and you pull it in like Madden did, that was Madden.
It was Madden,
number
right
10,
first time.
Yeah, so always right, captain of the commentary team.
Sure about that.
But, if modern day footy, if you're on the ground, you reach out, you pull it in, even though you're making every effort to try and hit it out again, if you can't get it out, you are gone every day of the week.
So Northern Bombers score that valuable first goal, as I said, of that second quarter. It's still a pretty good contest here. Hope you're enjoying it on this Friday night footy from UTAS Stadium. Lee goes up unopposed this time. Falls back here towards, that was Mitchell in there. Couldn't pick it up now. Brown kicks it inside 50. Sam Gray in front position. Spoil from behind by Ives. And it's out of play.
Good by the veteran there. Just held his ground, kept Ives out, gave his in and under players the opportunity. But
that's part of his presence up there, isn't it? Just to present, get the ball to ground. Tight play, you can bring the ball to ground. That's all they'd be asking of Sam Gray. And if you can snag one or two himself, it's been a good game for him. Lee can't find Stingle. Falls back there to Smedley, who can't escape. Be a ball up. Right half forward here for the Tigers. Their first inside 50 of the quarter. Summers gets his hand free. Might have been a throw. Sitzma kicks close to the boundary line. And it spills out. Umpire says throw it in. So Hamish Sitzma will be in the ruck contest this time with Alex Lee, who's had the 20 hit-outs today. And had a magnificent 78 hit-outs last week against the Northwest Football League. As it's kicked up the wing. Spoil from behind, ends up with Connor Young. Can't quite pick it up. Casey Curtis seems it over the boundary line. Two ex-Northern Bombers teammates there.
A couple of schoolmates too,
yes,
Dave.
Absolutely.
Same year group. Good to see Connor Young back playing senior footy.
Yeah, he's had his injury concerns the last couple of seasons.
He has, yep.
Boundary umpire right in front of us. Level 4 here at UTAS Stadium. Beautiful spot to call the game from. Lee, left-handed tap. Sharks it. Tackled by Stingle. With another ball up.
And again, this is how the first quarter started, Dave. Just nice, tight, contested footy.
Brown, handball to Madden. Now to Maloney, will be under pressure. Tackled by Stingle, releases the footy. Now to Summers. Off to Bo Nash. Kicks inside the centre square. Finds Avent. Avent off a step. Connects there with Stingle. He just settles things down as Michael Stingle. Now he kicks inside 50 here, looking for a Gannis. He can't quite grab the overhead mark. Spills over the back. Little chance there for the Longford defender who kicks up the wing. Lee, now to Stingle again, who's starting to get possessions in this game. Inside 50, Cox Goodger. Can't quite take the mark. In fact, that was Bailey Mitchell there. Comes out now to Simpson. Handball over the top. Spills to the side of the contest. Now Simpson again. Right foot, 40 metres out. Sets his sights on goal. Off to the left, one behind. 4-4-28 to 1-2-8.
Interested to hear from Tony just how much more slippery it is down there at the moment, Dave. They don't seem to be handling it as cleanly as what they were in that first quarter.
We'll get down to Tony in a moment because I think there might be some injury concerns for North Launceston. As gets him in the next stoppage from the kick out. Comes to the front. Now Simpson, little kick. Beautiful little kick. Oh, smash from behind was Oscar Mansell. No free kick. Ball spills out. Leary lays a tackle. We'll get down here quickly, Tony.
Yeah, Don Pitt came off a couple of minutes ago holding his arm. Doesn't look very good. He's gone straight into the rooms.
Okay, thanks, Tony. From the ball up. Let's go straight back out of bounds. So that's not good news there for Don Pitt back in the team today. First game of the season in the seniors. Get a run in the twos last round. It's a margin of 20 points here at the moment at UTAS Stadium. Boundary umpire takes his time. Ruck contest. Front position, Madden. Aganis might have got a hand over his shoulder there of his opposing ruckman. We'll come back here to Deegan Madden. He kicks inside the centre square, straight to his opposite ruckman in Lee. Ricochets. Handball comes out here now to Avent. Kick inside 50, looking for Leary. I think he's gone with the short sleeves now. Ball from behind, out of play.
Just noticed there in that contest, Dave, North just kept their distance, didn't they? What Longford is starting to get sucked into just going to where the ball is all the time. They've got to hold their ground because North are so good with the outside runners.
So Deegan Madam in the front position here on Alex Lee. Lee tries to get it there to a teammate in Bo Nash. He couldn't pick it up. Isaac Chugg's got it. Runs into a brick wall called Jack Avon. Sees the ball out of play. It's just a scrappy bit of a game here at the moment. A lot of dew out there. Cold winter's night. Autumn night. Start winter in a couple of days. It's very clear here tonight. No wind whatsoever. But it's going to get slippery as the game progresses. Lee thumps it forward. Gets it there to Simpson, who escapes a tackle. Sideways handball to Oscar Mansell. Now to Bo Nash. Gets around a tackle. Kicks under pressure though, inside 50. Bailey Mitchell couldn't take it. Casey Brown works back. Handball here in the direction of Cox Goodger. Back now here towards Oscar Mansell. His kick is going to fall short here into the goal square. Bailey Mitchell flew. Taking the footy there was Dylan Headland. It's going to be a ball up. In fact, that was Gatenby there who took the footy. Number 6.
I'll keep an eye on the Longford guy who's in a bit of trouble in the goal square, Dave.
Okay, so Connor Alexander in there for Longford. And they just eventually see it ball rush through from behind.
Joel Lloyd it is. Might have just copped one in the shin, I reckon.
Quick release from fullback, but in the way is Jack Avent. Kick was meant for Maloney. Avent got the front position. Couple kicks out from goal. Very crowded 50 ahead of him. Leary presents. A whistle on play. Before the mark was taken anyway. The mark was taken now by Cox Goodger. And we know that he's well within range here as the man of the mark's about 45 out. He's about 10 metres in from the boundary line. On the left-hand side, kicking at the Invermay Park end. You're backing him in, Max.
Yes, I am, David.
Kick 2.
Yep, he's about to kick his third, I would say. Second for the quarter. Max
Walker has spoken. Let's see. Cox Goodger. It's curving. Not enough. One behind. 4-6-30 to 1-2-8. Inside 50s this quarter, Dave Gruber.
6-1 North Launceston's favour. 3 clearances each.
Okay, it's a long kick out in the direction there of Sitzma. Sport from behind by Smedley. Out of play.
Yep. Not quite sure who's in charge of this, Dave. The Chiefs in head office, I reckon, but I just got a message to say that the timer on the live stream's not working at the moment. So I don't know whether that's our number one cameraman's job. No, he's shaking his hand. Benny Donaldson doesn't have anything to do with that.
Ashley is listening back down there in Hobart. Might be able to correct that one. So from the throw in, it's tapped forward to Stingle. Stingle for goal. Michael Stingle. That's a classy finish. Great ruck work again there from Lee. And Stingle doesn't get that many goals, but she had a sight on it then and put it straight through the middle of the Invermay Park end. 5-6-36 to 1-2-8. They work well together, don't they, those two?
Yeah, they do. But like the thing that was, I guess, surprising for both of us, they're seeing Stingle so deep in the forward line. You don't see him when he came to North to start with. He was a halfback flanker. You know, then he moved into the middle, but very rarely do you see him, as you alluded to, as a deep forward kicking goals. But being a left footer, just tried to get that little couple of extra inches, to get around on the left a little bit there, and managed to do it. Made it look easy in the end. It was a really good finish.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas. For all your LPG needs statewide, talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 13 11 61. We'll get down to Tony at the next stoppage for a report on the Dom Pitt injury. So it's back in the centre circles. Ball escapes out here towards Bo Nash. Might have got one high, he did. And it will be a free kick. He's impressive, Bo Nash, Max.
Just keeps getting better every game, doesn't it? Yep.
Just gets the footy time after time. He's going to kick deep inside 50 this time for the Northern Bombers. In the Cox Goodger direction, has to fly from behind. Front and centre. I think that's Stingle again.
Mansell.
Mansell this time. Kicks towards goal. It's marked deep in defence. That cannot be Dwyer. Kicks it to half back. Mark taken there by young Tootle. Goes back to his defensive goal square. Dwyer picks it up on the half volley. Handball straight to the opposition. Chance Bailey Mitchell. Cox Goodger snaps towards Invermay Park end and hits the post. 5-7-37 to 1-2-8. And they're flexing their muscle now, the Northern Bombers, Max.
Yeah, look, he had a bit more time to just straighten up that extra half step then, Cox Goodger. And Longford are really struggling to get it outside the 50, 55 at the moment. Every time they try and repel it, North are setting up extremely well, and just entry after entry. It'd probably be about 11-1, I would have thought.
Lockie
now.
Shea kicks inside 50. They fly high. There might have been Jasper French back there. Out of bounds. Quickly down to you, Tony, for an update on Dom Pitt.
Yeah, it would appear that his shoulder's come out. I know what that's like. It's very painful. As I said, he went straight in the rooms. He's still there, so hopefully they can put it back in, and we'll see what happens after that.
Yes, thanks, Tony. I doubt whether we'll see him again in the game, Max.
Wouldn't have thought so.
A few weeks on the sidelines.
Yeah, not even halfway in the season.
Well, here's Leary now, roves the pack and kicks towards goal and offline. So those dangerous forwards now, Cox Goodger and Leary, are really starting to flex some muscle. Just not hitting the target. 5-8-38 to 1-2-8. Inside 50's Dave Gruber.
Oh, they're up to 9 now to Longford's 1.
Right.
This quarter.
And 7 shots on goal this quarter already.
Kick outside, defensive 50 for Longford. Almost a mark taken there. High attack of the ground by Gannis. We'll have a ball up. Sam Gray on the bottom of that pack. Number 17. Lee gets it to the side of the contest. They work hard to Longford. Can't get it out though. A vent. Quick kick forward. Cox Goodger gets it. Handball's off there to Chug. Kick to the goal square. Back there's Jasper French. Can he keep it in? Chooses not to. There'll be a boundary throw in about 20 metres around from the behind post. The Northern Bombers into attack. They lead by 30 points.
Yeah, it's a fair bit of pressure on those Longford defenders at the moment, David. There's probably 80-85% of these 14 minutes gone would have been spent in that forward 50 of North Launceston. Tigers been let off the hook a little bit by their inaccurate kicking.
Charlie Taylor's got it, but it was a holding free kick in the ruck contest. It's against Sitzma, and it's going the way of Alex Lee, who will line up about 30 metres out, 45-degree angle.
He's a ruckman, Dave, so you wouldn't expect him to kick these very often, would you?
No.
But
Don't seem to have many set shots, but
no.
We're right behind this one. That's what coaches hate, though, isn't it? Ruck infringements inside 50 that result in goals. Let's see. Alex Lee, the number 30, kicks towards Invermay Park end and misses to the left. 5-9-39, plays 1-2-8. We listen to City Park Radio 103.7, 96.5, and via the AFL Tas live stream this evening. Thanks for joining us. Short kick. It's effective. Marked there by Casey Brown. Oh, his handball was fumbled there by Lloyd. Now a chance for the Northern Bombers the other way. French has got it to Cox Goodger. Snap on goal. Cox Goodger hits the post again. So that's a couple of posters now for Cox Goodger. And they're peppering that goal at the Invermay Park end. It's now 5-10-40 to 1-2-8. So what's that? 2 goals, 7 in this quarter. The 15-minute mark. It's a no score, but they're staying in at Longford. 32 points is the margin. Dylan Headland to the far side. Over the back though, Jake Nash. It's going to come back again here. Smedley takes his time. Has some poise. Inside 50. All Longford. Over the back though. Chance here for the Bombers. Sitzma did well. Cox Goodger. Bit of soccer time for Cox Goodger. Off the ground, Bailey Mitchell kicks a goal for North Launceston. Easy as you like. Right on the goal line. 6-10-46 to 1 goal, 2-8. That's 18 goals this year now for Bailey Mitchell.
And I think the Longford defender there, Dave, was attempting to do the right thing. It was under pressure, trying to... sorry, I put it down for Lockie then, didn't I? Jeez, you've got eyes like a hawk, Dave.
I do.
Yeah, my word. And they were trying to do the right thing, get it over the line. It was under pressure, 2 or 3 metres out, but just didn't get enough leverage on it. And Bailey Mitchell did a little bit of Pele stuff. Ange Postacoglu, whatever his name is, that young man.
Postacoglu.
Postacoglu, who made a champion of himself in England.
Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah.
He said, I'm going to always win a trophy my second year, and he did. From at the centre bounce, or centre throw up. Here's Stingle again. Big quarter Stingle. He got a high tackle. Play on now. Bo Nash gets it there towards Declan Chugg, who kicks onside 50. Off hands. Front and centre there was Jasper French. They work it out. Little kick now towards defensive 50. Stingle again involved. Picking it up is Summers. Pumps it inside 50 again. High kick, not a lot of distance. Deegan Madden's back there. Here they go now through Hubbard. His kick smothered. Tigers working overtime. Snap now towards the goal square from Simpson. In the goal square. Can Bailey Mitchell fashion something here? Gee, nearly did again from the goal line, but it's tapped through eventually by Dwyer. It's going to be another behind to North Launceston. 6-11-47, plays 1-2-8.
They'll be very nervous, those Tiger defenders down there at the moment, the way the ball's coming in, Dave.
Dylan Headland to the wing. Maloney front position. Can't quite take it. Now Stingle thumps it forward towards Simpson. Can't pick it up. Footy on attacking 50. The coach, Casey Curtis, dives in. And he forces a stoppage. Such a turnaround in this quarter, Max. The work rate from North Launceston has lifted. Adrian Smith asked for more at quarter time, and he's certainly got more, except for kicking the ball through the big sticks, which you're not able to do at the moment. They've kicked a lot of behinds this quarter. Holding free kick coming back. It's going to go in the way here of Cody Brickman, who played a bit of footy with Launceston in previous seasons. Low kick. Spots up a teammate there in Isaac Chugg. He's just drifted out a little bit after a brilliant first quarter. Isaac Chugg plays on. Kicks to attacking 50. Jake Murfitt there. Drops the chest mark. Follows on. Might have been held. Coming out is Declan Chugg. To Lee. Pumps it to the wing aimlessly. And Longford player takes a mark, and Brinkman once again. Sideways. Finds Hubbard. Hubbard plays on, takes the game on. Wormburner kicks, not effective. Little kick forward there from the husband. Finds a teammate in Bailey Mitchell. Gets it to Simpson. Can't break the tackle. Funny old kick, close to the boundary line, and over. Good pressure there from Longford. North trying to get that running game going, Max, but the tackling was good from the Tigers.
Yeah, good 2 or 3 minutes there for Longford just to slow it down a little bit. Got it out of the 50, which again another tick for the Tigers. They just struggled, got it down to half forward there, just couldn't keep control, and then the composure of North to be able to just move it back upfield.
Lee straight to Chugg. Isaac Chugg escapes the tackle, kicks up the wing here looking for Graham. Bounces inside the line, out of bounds. Group some key stats for us here.
Hit outs, well, North Launceston 17 this quarter to 2. Clearances 8 to North Launceston, 5 to Longford. And inside 50s just still the 1 to Longford, up against 13 to North Launceston in this quarter.
Okay, so the Bombers dominating all the key stats. They lead now by 39 points. Kicked 3 goals to naught in this quarter. Lee once again working well with Stingle. Runs his full measure. Handball. Finds a teammate there in Bailey Mitchell, who's been busy this quarter. Getting a hand in there was Brinkman, who sees the ball out of play. The far side of a beautiful UTAS Stadium tonight. Slight mist you can see with the rays coming from the light towers. But as good a conditions you can get the night this far into the year, the May the 30th. So the winter months are about to get underway. Lee with the tap, gets it back again. Sideways handball. Sam Simpson, another player who's had a good quarter. Tries to release Declan Chugg. He gets tackled, held it a long time. Umpire says... Ball up. Max, you thought that might have been a bit lenient.
Oh, look, he had a bit of a run with it, didn't he?
Yep.
Got pulled down, but probably good decision.
Casey Curtis. Max likes to defend his fellow umpires. Casey sees him at training during the week. Here's Sitzman now. 45 kick cut off there by Bo Nash.
Training's for the young ones, though.
Oh, I was going to say, how much do you train, Max? Talk about that at half time. There's Bo Nash. Short kick. Finds Declan Chugg. Inside the centre square. Goes along here, the lead is Leary. Oh, big thump from behind. Is that Joel Lloyd who thumps at 40 metres and finds Sitzma. Sitzma up the wing. Gets it to Graham. They need to move it quickly. They've got players running. One of those is Casey Brown. Nice kick from Graham. Finds Brown. 80 metres out from goal. Has a player beside him. Gets it to him now, and Brickman has to do a 360. Kick smothered by Lee. The opportunity might be lost here now. His husband's got it. Handballs to space. They've got runners. One of those is Avent. Now to Chug. Long sweeping handball to Stingle. He takes off now. Gets on the left foot. The leader's on here from Jasper French. Can't quite take the mark in the front position. Husband again involved. Handball straight to Headland, who thumps it inside 50. Bouncing footy. Chance here for Oliver Chug against Bennett. Chug does okay. He picks it up now. Maloney from the pocket. Jet Maloney is going to need a bounce. And Ives is happy to see it over for a behind. First score of the quarter for the Tigers, 139. North Launceston 6-11-47. Bennett has got it now in the right back pocket. Up the wing here, looking for French again. Thumped away from him. At the fall, the ball though was Simpson. Handballs to Avent. Had a lot of possessions this quarter after a slow start. Kicks inside 50 there, looking for Leary. Cox Goodger's there as well. Picks it up now. Turns out of a tackle. Sideways kick here, looking for Bailey Mitchell from behind. Can't take the footy. The spillage now ends up here with Summers. He's dispossessed. Nash to Bailey Mitchell again. Gets space. 30 out. Great snap for goal. Bailey Mitchell. He has become a sharpshooter for North Launceston. Kicks his second. Kicks the 19th goal for his season. And I tell you what, he's a lot of upside in his game, Max, as a small crumbing forward.
Yep, there certainly is. And that one, he flew for the ball to start with, hit the ground, pinballed around a little bit, got back in his hands and kicked the goal. But it was a good forward movement by Longford then, too. But just a quick transition from one end to the other. North Launceston, I can't even tell you who had the ball. It was just a couple of overlap handballs through the middle. Stingle kicked it out from probably centre half back, and then they were away. Got it deep into the forward line and just had the better finish for the day.
It's easier up here, but young Cody Brinkman got the ball there, left half 40, just turned back in, and Alex Lee was there with the smother. Maybe if he'd just gone straight away, Brinkman, he might have created a scoring opportunity. Here's Casey Brown. Handballs it straight to Avent. Dances around. Gets it now back to Lockie Shea. His kick up the wing here. Finds a target, Oscar Mansell. Does well to get clear. Now to that man, Bailey Mitchell again. Over the top. Avent covering some territory on the left foot. Inside 50. Well, Leary slipped over there at the last moment. Enables Headland to pick it up. His handball sideways is out of bounds.
Better give an AFL score.
Yeah,
Dave,
why not?
No, Grooves doesn't want to know. Just
it's not that bad,
turn your headset off at the moment.
It's not that bad.
43 Collingwood, 33 Hawthorn.
Okay, that's very much game on. Stage of the game are we at? Second quarter?
A critical stage for Hawthorn, I'd say.
Maybe second quarter, I reckon, is about the same time as us.
Yep.
Out of the ruck contest, Madden to the wing, thumped away. Out the back here is Lee, a kick behind play. Back to Bennett. Gets away from his opponent in Sitzma. Kicks up here looking for a Gannis. Thumped out of play. The boundary throw in. 25 and a half minutes gone. It's North Launceston 7-11-53. Longford 1-3-9.
4 goals, 8 for the quarter, David.
Off out of 16 inside 50s.
Okay, 12 scores from 16 entries. 44 points is the margin. So, second half for Longford here. They wouldn't want to fall away. They've done a lot of hard work in this first half, more so in the first quarter. Here's Stingle on the boundary line. Hooks the kick here towards Leary. Good mark in the front position there by Alexander, who kicks sideways, straight to Connor Young. Chance here, handball over the top. In the goal square, Oscar Mansell kicks a goal for North Launceston. So, just punished there for that error in defence with Longford. 8-11-59, 1-3-9, 50-point margin. Did I call it right? I think it was Connor Alexander with that sideways kick. Max, you're nodding.
Yeah,
a risky one.
he'd be very disappointed in that. He's done a lot of hard work down there in the back line and playing on an exceptional player, Cox Goodger as well, and just a bit of a lapse of concentration there. Mind you, we've seen a lot of players from both sides, miss kick it already tonight. It's a bit dewy, a bit slippery underfoot. Some of them haven't been able to hold their feet well, but he'd be disappointed with himself with that disposal, where I think it went to Mitchell and just a little easy handball over the top to number 13, Brett Mansell. Oscar Mansell.
Oscar Mansell.
Wearing Brett Mansell's number.
Yes, indeed. Of course, you watch his brother Ryan play the other night, Max, that great Indigenous jumper he had a part in. It was fantastic as well.
Absolutely. Isn't that special? For someone in Tasmania who's forging a name for himself now and get the opportunity to I guess, invent something that will never be repeated.
And a little video snippet of him explaining the meaning of the jumper was fantastic as well. We're back underway. Little fumble there from Jake Nash. Gets it to Summers, defensive side of the wing, tackled immediately. And tackled high, says the umpire. So backwards kick to Smedley. He's got a few options. Might go by hand. No, he's going to settle back now for the kick. A lot of the options are now covered. He goes back inside defensive 50 to Ives. Ives shorts it up now to Bo Nash. Side defensive 50. Side the centre square now to Avent. Jackie Avent. Slow build up here for the Bombers. He's going to go to the wing. There's a player presenting, and Alex Lee takes the mark. Jake Murphy has to come back on the mark.
No, he's reversed it.
Reversed it. Talk to me there, Max.
I wasn't quite sure what happened.
Lee swung an elbow at him.
Okay. Jake Murphy now, inside 50. The numbers are with North Launceston. Easy defensive mark there to, that's Lockie Mitchell. Gets it sideways to Fletcher Bennett. Cox Goodger's drifted up the ground. Gets a kick at half back. Has to play on now. Gets around Maloney with ease. 45 kicks good to Lockie Shea. Shea handballs now to Nash. Keeps on getting possessions. Now to Avent, who does the same. Little manoeuvre around his opponent up here towards Connor Young. Taking it is Jasper French. Shoot on goal there from Jasper French. And he misses to the right. Probably should have gobbled that one, Max.
Yes, but was under a bit of pressure.
Son of Jason.
Yes. He was over
played against him in the day.
Weekend.
Yep. You would have played against him in the day.
Yes, we did.
Kick to defensive 50. Mark taken by Dwyer. Kicks to the wing. Straight down the throat there of Fletcher Bennett. Another turnover.
It's just a setup of North Launceston. Just smothers it out every time. Every time. Just gives Longford no outlets at all.
Kick towards half forward. Oscar Mansell in a battle there with his opponent. And it's going to be a ball up on attacking 50 for North Launceston. Nearly 30 minutes gone in the second quarter. Earlier today, the Bombers had a good win in the women's competition. Avent gets around the tackle, kicks from 45 towards goal. Jack Avent. Oh, that's a super goal from the veteran. Had the poise to get around his opponent, kicked his first from the night. It was a fair distance too, from just inside 50. And Jack Avent joins the goal kickers. And they've now kicked 6 this quarter. 6 goals, 9, if you can believe that. 9-12, 66 plays 1-3-9.
15 scoring shots from how many entries, Dave?
We're up to 18 now.
It's a pretty good conversion. Be better conversion if those some of those behinds were 6-pointers. But
just to back his skill there, Avent didn't need to get round his opponent. He could have thrown it on the boot initially.
Just showed his experience. He did it with ease in the end, really. Just a little sidestep, composed, and away he went. So, yeah, big alarm bells for the Longford coaching staff at the moment, I would think.
Just crossing the 31-minute mark. Lee with the tap. Taken by Brown, who needs to lift a little bit here. Casey Brown kicks to attacking 50. Chance in attack here. Mark nearly taken by Charlie Taylor. He got one high. So a chance for Longford late here. He's probably too far out to score, Charlie Taylor. He's going to centre it towards Graham, who can't quite take the mark. Off hands. Bennett now. This way, that away. Defensive goal square. His partner in crime in defence there, and Theo Ives. He plays on now to the back pocket. finds Lockie Mitchell back there, or is it Sam Simpson? Sam Simpson takes the mark as the halftime siren sounds here at UTAS Stadium. And it's North Launceston 9-12-66. Lead Longford at 1-3-9. So they led by 13 points at quarter time, leading now to 57 points. And that quarter was 6 goals, 9 to 1 behind. So, yeah, after, the old cliche arm wrestle in the first quarter, North Launceston Max really took control in the second stanza of play.
They did, Dave. I'm just having a look at the Longford playing coach there, Casey Curtis. Tony mentioned during the game that he came off in that second quarter. He's still got a bit of a limp up down there with his fellow coaches, Rick DeSolder and Jason Curtis. But we'll get to the goal kickers first, Dave, at half-time. 3 multiple goal kickers for the Bombers. Cox Goodger 2, Leary 2, Mitchell 2, Singles 2, Stingle and Mansell and Avent. And for Longford, the sole recipient for the goal kicking award at the moment is one to Oliver Chugg.
So it's a 57-point margin here at half-time. It's half-time here, and it's time for a break and a hot drink. Get a cappuccino from our sponsor, Brew Coffee Hut. They're at the game today behind the interchange bench, and you can find them in the community, especially at sporting events. The team there at Brew Coffee Hut. Thank you for your support in season 2025. Umpires are coming off the ground. Groobs has completed his stats analysis. And fire away, Groobs. What do you got for us to half-time?
Okay, to half-time, North Launceston lead the hit-outs 37 to Longford's 11. Clearances, North Launceston 24 to Longford 19. That's probably the area they've probably been strongest at. Inside 50s, 31 for North Launceston and 14 for Longford.
And that quarter?
That quarter was 18 to 5.
Okay.
North Launceston's way, obviously. Marks inside 53, taken by North Launceston, and just the 1 for Longford. Intercept marks 8 for North Launceston and 6 for Longford, and free kicks 10 for North Launceston, and Longford have 8.
Just the 4 marks inside 50, Max, but in these slippery, dewy nights, you often get that. It's hard to take those grabs inside 50.
Yeah, it certainly is, Dave. And 4 for the game?
Yep.
Yeah, it's not a lot when you've had 21 shots at goal. The dew on the ground wouldn't it be just something completely different? It'd be good if it had a roof, Dave.
Oh, yes, ideal.
That dew would never occur. But look, their entry is just repeat entry, and that's put the Longford defenders under so much pressure.
I thought the first part of that quarter, perhaps the first 5 to 10 minutes, Longford did pretty well.
Sustained it a little bit.
But then just the floodgates started to open.
And then they just started to play the North Launceston way.
Max, you're our special guest at halftime today because we want to talk all things Northern umpiring with you. A few questions to fire at you. So get ready. After this break and message from our sponsors, we'll talk to Max Walker, who's the Vice President of, what's your official body called?
NTFA, Northern Tasmanian Football Umpires Association.
So we'll have a chat to you in just a moment, but for now we'll take a break here on City Park Radio.
Play your cards right with new LPG deals from Elgas. From LPG account credits, fixed pricing and carbon offset options, Elgas has got you covered. Go online, www.elgas.com.au.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
Northern Tassie is a rich region of many cultures. At Welcome Disability Services, we celebrate them all. We're here to assist all comers, new and old, creating an even brighter community. Our support and allied health teams will help you reach your goals, guiding you through things like personal care, community help, capacity building, therapy and behaviour. We even make NDIS access easier. So visit us today at Welcome Disability Services. Your journey, your way.
Welcome Disability Services, a proud sponsor of City Park Radio.
Zero 4145. Love to have a chat anytime, and really proud to be sponsoring City Park Radio.
Looking for a car that makes every drive feel first class? Meet the MG HS Essence, where bold design meets luxury comfort with a panoramic sunroof, 360-degree camera, leather-appointed heated seats, and the latest tech. The HS Essence gives you more for less. Plus, enjoy peace of mind with MG's 10-year warranty. Why settle when you can drive something that stands out? Luxury reimagined. Experience the MG HS Essence today at Buckby MG. LMCT 3117.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
This broadcast of NTFA football is brought to you by Elgas, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
Dave Moore, Michael Walker, Dave Gruber and Tony Webb on the boundary. Your team tonight here on City Park Radio, 103.7 and 96.5. And at half-time, it's North Launceston 9-12-66 to Longford 1-3-9. So Michael Walker, as well as being a commentator here on City Park Radio, is an umpire himself and is Vice President of the North Tasmanian Football Umpires Association. Max, I just want to talk a few things umpiring. First of all, that the transition from last year with the TSL, and you know we had that TSL umpiring panel that did a lot of the TSL games. We saw, for example, Tom McEntee was one of those, a Northern boy. How has that changed this year into the regional structure?
Yep, well, they've obviously just come or transitioned back. I can only speak on the northern component of it, Dave, at the moment. But we've got, I think there's 3 or 4. Seeing a couple run around out here tonight. Ollie Pye, Adam Hayes. You've got Tommy Mack. There's another one who escapes me at the moment. I apologise, but we're fortunate that we've got those, I guess, top-end umpires to support the younger umpires coming through. So talking to a couple of them through the course of the season so far, they're quite enjoying it. They still get the opportunity to umpire at the highest level. As a body, the AFL Tasmanian Umpires Committee or organisation, whatever the official title is at present, they've created two sets of groups. One's a development group for the younger ones coming through who are getting their opportunities at coach level and so forth, and then you've got the I won't call them the A graders, but the more senior squad of players who are doing the umpires. So they're umpiring the Tasmanian games that we've had and that type of stuff. So the reason behind all that is to give them the opportunity for a bit of a pathway with the Devils coming in to the VFL next year, the year after. AFLW's, I'm led to believe, is a little bit of a delay there now, but I think the AFL have made it quite clear as a whole organisation, and obviously the umpires form part of that also, that there's a pathway there for the good young people who want to have a crack at it, make a name for themselves, whether umpiring in the field or on the boundary or the goals. We've got one of the goal umpires out here tonight, Robertson. He's on the AFLW panel, so he'll be doing their games. Their season kicks off in a couple of weeks, I think. So there's plenty of opportunities for the young people out there who may be injury prone or just love their footy but have never taken to the field to the extent where it might be too physical for them or whatever, or it might be too strenuous. You can become a goal umpire, still training involved in all that type of thing, but plenty of opportunities for the guys who want to come through, and girls who want to push through.
What are numbers like at the moment for your organisation? I know that over the years there's been times where there's been a drastic shortage of umpires. How have numbers settled out this year?
I think all umpiring organisations, as well as some of the clubs at the moment, Dave, would say that they can do with more membership. We're, touch wood, pretty lucky so far. From the field perspective, we'd love to have another dozen or so running around every week. We've got people who train regularly. We've got others through work commitments who can't. But from a number perspective, it would be great to be able to have the opportunity to get another dozen or 15 up there. Likewise with the boundaries and the goals. We have people doubling up each week, which isn't ideal. We hear about it and talk about it as a footballer, and it's sort of frowned upon. But the umpires certainly make sure that the games that we do have to cover, we do cover, and people might run a game and a half, but normally people would do, the one game, but we do have to double up from time to time. So to answer your question, a few more numbers would be great.
So it's mid-season.
On that, the AFL umpiring department in Tassie this year have had a couple of initiatives in schools and so forth, which has brought a few new members along, and hopefully they get the opportunity to experience it and enjoy it. It's good pocket money for the kids as well. It's a cash-free environment where no tax applies to it because it's a community service. I think that's how the ATO provide it. But there's a lot of younger people who have shown interest, and I guess from our position on the committee of the association and the more senior umpires, we've got to make sure that we keep their interest. Likewise with the support that they get from players and supporters and our association as well.
So it's only mid-season, so if there's anyone listening out there or knows of people that might be interested, what's the first step in wanting to become an umpire? Who do they contact and how do they go about that?
There's a couple of ways about it, Dave. There's obviously, we're fortunate. We've got an exceptional base up at Harley Parade where the Prospect Hawks Junior Football Club is, the Launceston Touch Association's involved as a summer content up there. There's a soccer club as well, all part of it. So, we're lucky we train there Tuesdays and Thursdays every week from about 6 p.m. We have use of the facilities there as well, so there's change facilities. So if anyone did want to get involved, we'd encourage them to come up. Don't have to say, I'm new, who do I talk to? And someone up there will point them in the right direction. An initiative of AFL Tas umpiring department as well this year is that they've employed a coordinator in each region.
Okay.
There's one on the northwest coast. We have Cass Spurway-Smith here in Launceston, who's doing a fantastic job. So she's based here at UTAS as part of the AFL Tas and the NTFA group that are based here. So, if you're in walking distance to the park, come over here and have a chat to Cass. She'll certainly head you in the right direction and so forth as well.
Now, we often come to the venues here around northern Tasmania and we see umpires observers at the games. So those people, they're often retired umpires or part of... How do you become an umpire's observer? And when they're observing, what are they looking for and how do they report back to the umpires?
Yep. All the three disciplines have observers,
yes.
Goals, boundary and field. So there's a criteria, there's a checklist that they have. So from the boundary umpire's perspective, it'll be positioning on the boundary line. We see it on television, that they're scrutinised so much if the ball's out and they miss it, all that type of stuff. So our guys are expected to do the same. If the ball's out, you're not supposed to miss it. So it's important that they're in the right position. The depth of their throws, their whistle blows,
Okay. Yep.
If you're going to blow the whistle, you need to blow it as if you mean it. It's no good just putting it up to your mouth and whispering through it. So all those type of things are important.
So is there a written report afterwards?
Yep. Written report. The umpires have provided those, so it's all good, positive, constructive feedback. If you have a shocker of a game, you'll know yourself without having to have an observer share that with you. But it's all about improvement. The guys who do get observed, so these guys here tonight would be being viewed, whether it be edited feedback from Huddle, which is the computer program that we know that the AFL and so forth use, or whether there's a couple of guys here observing them tonight. But these guys will get feedback. Division 1 umpires get feedback.
Yes.
Division 2 umpires get feedback. So they are primarily either ex-umpires or current umpire coaches that do that, who the ex-umpires want to stay involved in the game, gets them an opportunity to stay involved in their association as well. It's a good opportunity for them to participate in the sport still. So the umpires are back on the ground, as are Longford. So we might take a short break. Thanks for that discussion, Max. No problem,
once
Dave.
again, if you want to get involved in umpiring, you can rock up to Prospect Park. What nights?
Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6 p.m.
Or the lady at UTAS Stadium to get in contact with?
Cass Spurway-Smith, here in the office of the AFL Tasmania.
No worries. So please get involved with umpiring if that's something you'd like to pursue in footy. It's great to stay involved. North Launceston about to come back on the ground. We'll take a short break here on City Park Radio. When we come back, we'll get ready for the second half.
Play your cards right with new LPG deals from Elgas. Whether you're moving in or you're settled in, make the switch online today. From LPG account credits, fixed pricing and carbon offset options, Elgas has got you covered. Don't lose out. Visit the website, choose your new deal and sign up today. Go online, www.elgas.com.au. Elgas, local, safe and reliable.
A sponsor of City Park Radio. Elevate your gifts with our personalised printing service at Launceston Camera House. Customised mugs and drink bottles, T-shirts, jigsaws, tiles and more. At Launceston Camera House, we can even make tiny prints of photo lockets. Travelling overseas or need a passport renewal? No problem. There's no appointment needed for passport photos, just drop in. You're always welcome at Launceston Camera House, 96 Brisbane Street, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
This broadcast of NTFA football is brought to you by Elgas, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
Welcome back to UTAS Stadium. It's 57 points. The Northern Bombers lead at half-time. And Tony Webb, where have you been at half-time?
I've been in the Longford rooms.
Yes.
When the players went in, they all split into their groups. And their coach, Casey Curtis, went straight to the bench to have his heel checked out. It's sort of around the ankle and the heel on the left-hand foot. Still troubling him. They strapped it up quite tightly, so that might impact on his movement a little bit. He then got up and addressed the players. He felt that they dropped off in that quarter compared to what they'd done in the first quarter. In the first quarter, he felt the pressure that they applied was really good, that they were keeping their heads really well. But he also said, all credit to North Launceston, they came out and put the pressure on us, and it showed. They had their good spells in there, but he did try to highlight a few of the places where he felt some of the players were going really well. But he pointed out to the fact that you've really got to get it right first time. You're not going to get too many second chances against this mob. So his main call really was just to get back to what they were doing in the first quarter, just try and tighten up the game, not let the runners in Single, Nash and Avent, particularly in that quarter, get away as freely as they did before. So he's looking for a lot more pressure than what they showed in that quarter.
Thank you, Tony, down there on the boundary. Yeah, look, those three names that Tony mentioned, Stingle, Nash, Avent, really took control.
Yep, they got a lot of it in that quarter, Dave. Avent, Stingle went deep, kicked that goal. Nash, he probably didn't get any more or less of it than what he did in the first quarter. He probably ended up with 15 in each quarter, I reckon,
yes.
Dave.
No, he's been a dominant player in the game. You mentioned the bench team there for the Longford Footy Club, Max. Aaron Richter-Solder, is he an option to play for Longford at some stage? Is there an injury there, or what can you tell us?
Actually ran into him in Hobart the other night when I was down there for work, Dave. He and one of his colleagues was going for a run and had a bit of a chat to him and said that they had tried to encourage him to have a kick early on, but he's withstood that, and he's sort of quite happy doing what he's doing, actually loving what he's doing.
Okay, fair enough.
First opportunity to be involved in coaching and really, really enjoying it. So, to answer your question, I don't reckon he'll play.
Okay. It'd be very handy if he could be persuaded, that's for sure. Isaac Chug, he had a great first quarter. Just weight of numbers, I think, in that second quarter. He sort of lost his influence in the game, but let's see what he can do for the Tigers in this third quarter. As players are taking up their positions.
So he's going to start in the middle. So we've got Isaac Chug, Curtis, looks like Casey Brown, and Deegan Madden will be the starting four there, Dave, against who we've got in there. We've got Nash, Alex Lee,
Stingle and Declan Chug.
Stingle and Chug, I couldn't quite pick up.
He's not usually running through the middle, so that's the thing with North Launceston. They've got a lot of players that can run through that midfield.
He's been in every zone probably the last half a dozen weeks. Declan Chug, forward, back, middle.
State player.
A couple of state games in the middle.
So good to see Casey Curtis back out there. We'll see how he moves early in this third quarter. Umpire raises the ball aloft. Siren sounds. And we've got second half action here at UTAS Stadium. Lee just bashes it 20 metres forward for North Launceston. It clears the contest. It's now 40 metres out from the rucking out. Believe it or not, Oscar Mansell's got it. He's tackled. He's gone down injured, Oscar Mansell. Kick off the ground. Martin Bailey Mitchell is offline. So Oscar Mansell, he's gone down holding his head, getting up slowly. First behind at North Launceston. 9-13. Plays 1-3 from the kick out. Alexander's there for Longford, as is Jake Murphy. Alexander tries to shrug a tackle from Declan Chugg. He's not going to do that. A little bit of afters. Connor Alexander gets up a little bit aggressive against a few of the Bombers players, but they separate now. Defensive side of the wing for North Launceston. Off hands towards Ben Chugg. He might have been held without it. He is. It's going to come back here to Ben Chugg. Late inclusion for Josh Gray, who's named in the selected team. Ben Chugg kicks towards half forward, letting out a Sitzma. Thumb from behind by Ives. Husband can't quite keep it in. Out of play.
I was just watching at the reset there at the centre bounce, Dave. We had Declan Chugg and Casey Curtis. I thought, oh, geez, they're having a bit of a crack at each other. Put the binoculars on, they're having a bit of a laugh as well. There's another set of first cousins there.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Casey, of course, started his career in the TSL here with North Launceston.
Yep.
Front position is Lee, left-handed tap. Might have been a hold there. It's going to go the way of Alex Lee against Deegan Madden. Taking his time here. Declan Chugg presents, he ignores that one. Dangerous kick here looking for Lockie Shea. Heaps of Tigers around the contest. Chugg gets it to Graham. Now to Sitzma. Wheels round from 50. Open goal square. Hamish Sitzma offline, and North Launceston play gets back just in time. Takes a diving, tumbling chest mark.
Mitchell.
Lockie Mitchell on this occasion. Goes into the goal square. Theo Ives. Long releasing handball. Over there to Fletcher Bennett. His long kick to the wing looking for Connor Young. Can't take it on first grab. Tigers can take it away here through Curtis. Back to Sitzma. Little kick inside 50. It's good. Here's Graham, the veteran. From 40 out to the Invermay Park end. Just falls short. The old legs couldn't quite get the distance there as Lockie Mitchell takes it in the goal square once again. Sam Husband fumble. Handball over the top towards Lee. Takes off the big man. Left-hand handball straight to Casey Brown. Has a spare man inside 50, Oliver Chugg, who takes the mark and might get 50 here. No, umpire says not having that. So he's about 25 out, close to the boundary line on the left-hand side. He's kicked their only goal tonight. He kicked their only goal in the first game against North Launceston.
No wind there, Dave, but a tough shot from deep in the pocket there for a left footer on the wrong side of his body.
This will be a good goal if you can get Bo Nash. Little kick now from Jake Nash into the centre of UTAS Stadium. Clean bowls, couple of players in the centre circle. Isaac Chugg approaches the contest. Fights on for it. Can't be released there by Avent. So we'll basically get a centre circle throw up here. Right in the middle of the University of Tasmania Stadium. Madden wins the tap. Sharkdo by Avent. Kick 20 metres forward of the contest. Released out to the side here now. Taking it was Toodle. Little handball there to Lloyd. Far side, Casey Brown takes the mark. 57 points the margin. Casey Brown going long in the Madden direction. Takes a good mark, the big ruckman. They called for 50, and I think they're going to get it. As Madden was dragged down after he took the mark, he should end up about 10 metres away from the goal. Probably at the top of the goal square here, Max.
Yeah, nearly spot on there, Dave, aren't you? Yep, they're going to put him on the line.
Yep. So the man on the mark at the edge of the goal square. So you'd think Deegan Madden, who's battled manfully tonight, will kick the second for Longford. Madden puts it through for the Tigers. Kicks their second, 2-4-16, 9-13-67. So a good start to the second half by the Tigers, 5 minutes in, Max Walker.
Absolutely, a much-needed goal, Dave. It's been a long time since their first, and again, just perseverance. They've just got to keep working away. The reality is it'll be surprising for them to get back and win the game from here, but they've just got to have little individual targets. You know, the forwards have got to be saying, okay, my job is to lay 3 tackles, kick a goal. You know, the on-ballers are, I'm going to stop my man from getting 50% of the clearances because I want to get 50% myself. You know, the backman, I'm not going to try and mark it, I'm just going to punch it towards the boundary. And if all of them work work the ball to the boundary.
Like they did in the first quarter.
Like they did in the first quarter. Everyone did their job in the first quarter.
Lee, nice tap here. Stiggle can't take it with him. Isaac Chugg trails it towards the wing. Oh, a big bump there from Avent, too high. So Isaac Chugg will take the free kick. He plays on straight away. Kicks towards half forward. Sitzma there, has the recovery. Faniel kick here towards Madden once again. Picked up by Ben Chugg. Only gets it far here is Husband. Sam Husband, state under 16 player. Gets it to Bailey Mitchell, now to Avent. Along the boundary line, it's out of bounds on the full. Dave Gruber, inside 50s this quarter, please.
Inside 50s, Longford leading the way with 3 to North Launceston's 1.
Okay, so...
Kick downfield then, Dave.
Okay, so I missed that.
Disposing of the ball, pushed in the back, went out of bounds, but free kick's been taken from where the ball went over the line.
In the hands of Jasper French. Plays on, nearly smothered there by Jake Murfitt. Inside 50 though, lots of Tiger defenders there. They lay the spoils. Alexander couldn't pick it up. Now Leary gets free. Little kick sideways, not 15. Jake Nash inside out kick to the goal square. Front position Lloyd takes the mark. Joel Lloyd is playing in his third different number of the 3 weeks I've called him, which is very handy. Oh, little kick is dropped. Easy chance now should be for Bailey Mitchell. I think that might have been smothered there.
Yep.
It's now through for a behind.
Good recovery there by Will Dakin. Made the mistake of dropping that chest mark, but made up for it, ensuring that Bailey Mitchell couldn't snag a goal.
Sam Gray has it in the back pocket now for the Tigers. 9-14 to 2-4. Up the wing, Sitzma there with Bennett. Bennett thumps it out of bounds. Today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas. For all your LPG needs statewide, talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 13 11 61. Thanks to our sponsors, Elgas and Brew Coffee Hut, for your support in the 2025 sports season. Been covering the sport here in the winter since 2013. It's great service to the local community. From the boundary throw-in. Front position, Madden. Taps it straight to Stingle. Escapes. Kicks towards the goal square. Bouncing footy. Away from French. Oh, he's got it again, Jasper French. Can he get it through? Has another opportunity. Cox Goodge is there. Might have got one high. Played for it. No, says the umpire, it's out of bounds. As Leary snaps, he was already out of bounds.
That was a great decision there. Cox Goodger tried to do a bit of Jack Ginnivan.
Yeah, he's done it so many times over the years.
He does, yeah, and so many times he's drawn the free kick, but umpire was on top of that one.
Umpire of a right, I think, was the man there in the position. From the boundary throw-in, right next to the right behind post, the city end of the ground. Boundary throw-in falls short. Chance here for Alexander. Taps it sideways to Casey Brown. Can't take possession, but they gain territory to the Tigers. It's out of bounds. Right half forward for North Launceston. They lead by 52 points. Tigers, though, outscoring them in this quarter so far through the first 10 minutes. Now the umpire throwing it in from the boundary line. They come in a bit. Max, or am I imagining that? It's not a bad throw-in, though. The umpire knew what he was doing. Here comes Simpson now in the long sleeves. Caught one high. So Sam Simpson, big improver for North Launceston. Up here towards Jasper French. One grab, two, can't take it. Lays the tackle. And Dwyer, Alexander there couldn't escape the tackle, so it'll be a ball up. Deep in attacking 50. Don't think the news is good for Gribbs as Hawks at the moment. Well, here's Cox Goodger. Handballs away out of Chugg on the boundary line. Now, is that prior opportunity? No. It's a sling tackle. So it's going to be a free kick to Chugg right in front of the Longford supporters.
Yeah, they didn't like that one. It was it's probably there, though, Dave. You've got to protect the head. And the tackle...
One of 4 Chuggs on the ground tonight is Declan Chugg. The one that's representing North Launceston. Tough shot, this one, right behind it. Sets it out in the face of goal. Deegan Madden's drifted back. Almost a mark there to French. Off hands. Lloyd working hard near the boundary line. Sees it over. So low scoring quarter this one. Just the one goal kick in nearly 11 minutes. That went the way of the Tigers to to Deegan Madden. So from the boundary throw-in, Lee tries to flip it over towards Leary. Chance here to work it out through Ben Murphy. His kick's not great, close to the boundary line. Oh, mark drop just inside the line. There by Simpson. Still a chance for the Tigers. It's out of play.
Yeah, now Dave on that half-forward flank. Railway side, as we call it, don't we?
Absolutely. I think I see one patron out on that side of the ground.
Yeah, one lone patron sitting up there in about row S, seat 1.
About where I sit for Hawthorn games here, that very area. As it's thumped out towards the boundary line. Here's Cox Goodger. Gets out of a tackle, back to Stingle. He gets out of a tackle. Nash right on the boundary line, that's Bo Nash. Back to Lee, they keep possession somehow, North Launceston. On the boundary line, it's Declan Chugg from the boundary line. He's kicked close to the left behind post. It's thumped out of play. So they'll set up again. Inside 50s is quarter groups.
4 now for North Launceston, 3 for Longford. Clearances 6 for North Launceston, 3 for Longford. And free kicks 4 each this quarter.
Okay, so good start here for the Tigers after they were looking like the game was really slipping away from them. Towards the boundary on Leary snaps. Offline, one behind. 9-15-69 to 2-4-16.
Come back to the long sleeves, Brandon Leary, for the third quarter. It's a bit of trivia.
He started with the long, went to the short, and back to the long again. It must be something about that end. As Lloyd now kicks out of fullback, close to the boundary line, thumped out of play.
Got up a little bit gingerly there, Bailey Mitchell, the two-time goal kicker for North Launceston. Bit of a limp, jogging away all right now. Got up high for the spoil, but looks okay now, Dave.
Good news for Bailey. You can see the players' breath now on the cold night here at Launceston. Off the ruck contest, Stingle tries to take it with him. Spills out, Shea can't collect it. Slippery footy, Chug tackled. Ball, says the Longford crowd. And umpire right says I'm going to ball it up.
Longford will be really keen, Dave, just to get another goal here in the next 3 or 4 minutes. They've had plenty of the ball. They just haven't been able to get any results.
Bo Nash to Lockie Shea. His handball's intercepted. Stingle gets out of trouble. Left foot kick towards the goal square. Jasper French from behind. Thump though from Lloyd. Here's Chug. Left foot snap. Dribble kick. Good goal. Although the umpire signals touch straight away. Umpire Josiah Gates right on the spot. Declan Chug doesn't believe that, but it's been touched. Umpire's quite definite that's what had happened.
Something happened. The field umpire called touched as well, Dave, well and truly before the ball was over.
Kick comes out to Dakin. Handball sideways. Ben Murphy loses possession. Here's Jasper French again. Tries to get it to Aganis. Now Jake Nash. Sideways handball straight to Isaac Chug. A lot of players around the contest. Isaac Chug to Casey Curtis. To Ben Chug. Throws on the boot. Straight to Lockie Mitchell on the wing. He switches it now nicely. Shea. Summers, a bigger pardon. Gets it to Bennett. Handball over the top to Jake Nash. He's 2 kicks out from goal. Sideways handball to Bo Nash. Summers will be under pressure. He loses possession. Working hard there is Casey Curtis. Gets the kick out, but it once again goes straight to a North Launceston player. And that looks like Bailey Mitchell. Short kick. Spots up Jake Nash.
That was poor checking then, wasn't it? Like just leaving Jake Nash 50 out from goal, but no one near him.
Jake Nash checks the kick towards Aganis. He's got a couple of spoilers from behind. Can't take the mark. Be a ball up. 35 metres out from North Launceston's goal. 16 minutes gone nearly. And it's a 54-point lead to the Northern Bombers. Almost taken away there by the Longford defence. Gee, it's getting pretty slippery. It's Charlie Taylor there was back in defence, trying to work things out. Might be on the ball now, Charlie. He was involved again, he's got it. Left foot kick, he almost misses it. Toodles tackled. And we've got another ball up. They're just bottling it up now, aren't they, the Tigers?
They are. I'd call this a dull quarter, Dave.
Yeah, it has been so far. Let's see if they can lift the intensity here, the Northern Bombers. Aganis out to Simpson. Picks up the slippery ball. Back to Lee. Now to Simpson. Smedley. A lot of handballs here. Now to Shea. He kicks eventually. Not a great one. Lee thumps it forward. No one can pick it up. Don't think the footy's coming out. And out does, as is called holding the ball. So that was against Summers, going the way of Casey Brown. Handball to Hubbard. Hubbard goes wide, trying to find a running player. Nearly comes off. Spills though to Jasper French. Handballs backwards and finds Lockie Mitchell. Off a step, he kicks close to the boundary line towards Bailey Mitchell. We might keep it in here, he does. Surrounded by Tigers. No one can pick it up. I think a player might have been held there, Max.
Yep, umpire picked it up.
I think it's Joel Lloyd.
Numbers played a part there, Dave. The Tigers got back really well to defend that. 3v1 against Mitchell then.
Doing okay here, the Tigers. North Launceston haven't kicked a goal through 17 minutes. Out and out here towards Bennett. He has to go backwards. Switch of play now to Simpson. They can build something here from half-back North Launceston. Simpson takes a bounce on the dewy turf. And a second. Thinks about a third. Now he kicks to half-forward. Player leading out is Jack Avent. Will get it on the bounce. He's got an option here in Husband. Sam Husband. Classy finish. No, it's across the face. Might still stay in play now. It's out of bounds. So Sam Husband debuted here a few weeks ago against Launceston. Kicked a couple of goals.
Played most of his junior footy as a forward, Dave, up at Prospect Hawks.
He's one for the future, isn't he? He's highly rated, is Sam Husband.
He is, well, it is.
It's the City Park Radio 103.7 and 96.5, and on the AFL live stream from the throw-in. Chance for the Bombers here through French. Snaps towards goal. Jasper French kicks it. And breaks the deadlock here in this third quarter. And that's now a goal apiece in this third stanza of play at 10-16, 76, 2-4, 16. And Jasper French, he's been playing deep forward. He's had a few opportunities. And on that occasion, he just grabbed it with both hands.
He did. He's had plenty of the ball. He's been a really good presence down there, led well. Hasn't been able to grab him like a lot of the guys tonight. You know, marks inside 50 grooves. Probably it was 4 at half time. Probably not many more now.
No, just one taken this quarter by Longford.
Yep,
so it hasn't been a forwards night from a marking perspective, but French has certainly battled well, given the North Launceston team a presence up forward and brought it to ground, hands off. He's been quite impressive tonight.
Played junior footy for Tassie, Jasper French. Worked his way through the ranks here at North Launceston. From the middle. Tackle late on the Longford player. And we'll get another ball up. Deegan Madden up against Lee. It's been the battle for most of the night. Lee wins the tap towards Jake Nash. Back to Lee. Handball sideways, Summers. Away they go North Launceston. Sweeping handball to Simpson. Simpson, that's an interesting handball to Nash under pressure. Somehow gets out of a tackle. Back to Simpson again. Kick towards full forward. Aganis. Can't take the mark. That was a good spoil in front. Just pick up the player there. Number 18, Tom Dwyer, laying the spoil there. Those numbers are hard to see, Max.
They are. Probably teammates, so Gannis and Dwyer at both probably Longford and Launceston Day. Both,
and maybe St Pat's as well.
St
Pat's boy, yep.
Yeah, okay, yep.
Saw Tom's mum Karen here tonight. She had every rug under the sun. It's going to be a cold night. Is it taking the mark there now? Dakin. Will Dakin. Whitish night. Famous Northern Tasmanian footy named Dakin, especially at the Longford Footy Club. It's off hands it is. Bennett. Charles it towards the boundary line. Close to it. Out of bounds. Will Dakin. Max, which family is he from?
Yeah, he's Tommy's boy, Tommy and Tracy, which is Simon Dakin, brother of Lyndon.
Yep.
Again, a bit of a cousin connection there with Aaron, and Aaron's brother still plays at Aaron plays at Longford. And
Dakin that played with Launceston went to South Australia.
He did, still over there.
Yep.
Jared,
that's it.
That's their cousin.
There's a tackle laid there on Summers. Ball is the call from the Longford crowd in the grandstand. It's close to the boundary line. And Bo Nash sees it over. 10-17, 77 to 2-4-16. It's a 61-point margin. So we talked about the comparison to round one, Max. It was 137 points.
Slowing down a bit tonight,
unlikely to be that tonight, you'd think. That was under lights 2 here. Same sort of conditions. Boundary throw in. Lee thumps it towards Maloney, can't take it. Avent, tackled by Maloney. Managed to get a handball away to Bo Nash. He's tackled, but he gets the handball to Declan Chuck. It's now with Dakin for Longford to Maloney. Handballs along the boundary line. Ooh, lays a high tackle there on Summers. Umpire didn't see it. We've got it now, North Launceston. Simpson, kick to the middle, over the head there of Shea. Taking his Jake Nash. They've always got someone in support, Max, of North Launceston. His Ives coming from defence. Spearing pass. Lead up and mark. It's like Sam Husband. Husband now. Spears it towards Cox Goodger. Gets a break on his opponent. Little fumble on his right side. Gets it to Leary. And Brandon Leary will snap a goal for North Launceston. And that's his third. And they combine well inside 50 to Brandon Leary and Cox Goodger. And a lot of hard work there from the Bombers, but they set up beautifully from half back. Theo Ives drifted up and set that up along the far wing.
He did, Dave, and you talk about Leary and Cox Goodger just knowing each other's presence. It was they just know where each other's going to be. Yep. They've played so much footy together now, and a good combinations too. One can hit the ground running, another one can take the solid mark, another one can kick, or both of them can kick it from 60 metres off one step. Got one left footer, one right footer. Very hard to shut down that dynamic duo.
I like the weighted kick from Sam Husband there to the advantage of Cox Goodger.
I was actually watching the fight on the wing, Dave.
Oh, yeah, okay, no worries. There's, what became of that? Anything? Nothing? There's
1-1.
1-1, okay. So from the centre bounce now. It's kicked towards half forward. Longford have got an entry. It might be coming out again through Ives. He's tackled from behind. And incorrect disposal, so a chance here for the Tigers. Through Deegan Madden, who's gone forward. So Madden, sideways kick towards Sitzma's dangerous. Sitzma's confronted, loses control of the footy. Ball up. Tony, we haven't got down to you for a while. What do you got to report down there on the boundary line for us? Got you on the hop.
Big bud.
What do you got for us down there, Tony?
Nothing much. There was a little bit of a words exchange from the two benches a couple of minutes ago. Alex Lee cop on right in the middle of the stomach, and hence a really long hit out he did a little while ago. Just as Longford bring the ball back into the middle, umpires pulled it back.
Okay, thank you, Tony. So we've got a free kick on the far wing, and we've got 50 metres as well, Max. I think we do.
We have, yep. Didn't see what it was for, Dave. I was too busy checking the AFL scores.
Now, Gannis is going to be about 30 out, so big fella, chance to score a goal.
We won't put it down yet for the big cat.
We've learnt, I think, that the big cat needs to be a bit closer to be starting to write things down, but let's see if he can convert here. So 50-metre penalty after a free kick was paid on the wing. Might have been for dissent. Wait and see as Aganis now, slightly left of centre, kicks to the town end of the goal. And it's across the face and one behind. 11-18, 84 to 2-4-16. So the margin now 68 points. 3 goals to 1 this quarter, the Bombers' way. 25 minutes gone. From defence now, Headland. Kicks it straight down the throat there of Bailey Mitchell on attacking 50. Too far out to score, you'd think. He's saying I'm going to have a go at it.
Watch the lead here somewhere, Dave. Watch the lead.
Leary thinks about it. Connor Young presents, but takes off now from the boundary line, out of bounds on the full. Every step of the way there into the netting at the back of the goal. Dave Gruber, what's some stats for us this quarter, please?
Clearances 13 to North Launceston, 5 for Longford. Inside 50s, 12 for North Launceston, 4 for Longford. Intercept marks, 4 taken this quarter by North Launceston, 1 for Longford. Lockie Mitchell's had 5 intercept marks for the game.
Okay. So yeah, Lockie Mitchell, he's just an experienced player now for North Launceston in that back line. As the kick close to the boundary line. It's touched just by Connor Alexander as it crosses the white chalk. So a couple of weeks' time, as we said earlier, a big AFL game here. Hawthorn taking on the Adelaide Crows. Friday night game, should be a good crowd, competing with any local footy, as sometimes happens when we play at UTAS Stadium. Isaac Chugg takes possession. It's the handball to Ben Chugg. Just coughs it up. North Launceston now through Stingle. Gets towards Simpson, who fumbles. Chance for the Tigers, they can break free. Slippery footy. Summers gets it to Avent. The direction there of Shea. He's dispossessed. Does get a kick away though, Lockie Shea. Into attacking 50. Coming out as Connor Alexander. Takes possession. Goes for a bit of a dash. Takes a bounce. Somehow gets it back. Kicks it towards half forward. This might work out all right. Deegan Madden there fighting for the footy. He's got it now. You might want to just take the tackle here so they can set up again. So 10 out of 10 there, Connor Alexander. He threw your hands on your head there, Max.
Well,
you thought he was being a bit too daring.
It was confidence by the captain, wasn't
confidence
it?
Personified.
You know, you got Leary and Cox Goodyear chasing you. A step behind and you take a bounce.
We got away with it.
Take a bow, I would say.
That's
Connor.
right. It's a free kick, is it? No, it's going to be a ball up on the far side on the railway wing.
Great work by Deegan Madden there too.
Yep,
he was
kept it
outnumbered 3 or 4 to 1. Just was smart enough to take control but not turn it over.
Ball spills out. Sitzma.
Throw.
Is it going to be a advantage? No, it's going to come back to the Tigers. Deep in the third quarter, 28 minutes gone nearly.
This is where they've got to set up, Dave, and make something out of nothing, Longford. They've kicked, one for the quarter early in it. They've just got to make sure they get a deep entry and an opportunity to kick another one.
Casey Curtis, short kick to Sitzma on centre wing. Kicks inside 50 straight to Alex Lee.
That's not the way to do it.
Absolutely not. As now it goes to Stingle. His handball to Chugg. Back to Stingle. Through the centre of UTAS Stadium. Long handball to Jake Nash. Dangerous handball there to Shea. Gets his kick away just in time. But he was pressured. It cost it up to Ethan Hubbard. There's a chance to switch here in either direction. Now he goes there. There's a player wide in Tom Dwyer. Spent a bit of time at Launceston and at the Kingborough Tigers. Sideways kick now to Hubbard. Side defensive 50. Spots up Sitzma. Plays on now. Low kick's not good. Falls to Simpson. Can't take possession. And it's going to be a ball up as he runs into Casey Curtis on the far side. 11-18, 84, 2-4-16. Nearly three-quarter time. Now, Lee might have pushed his opponent in the back there. He has. Comes back to Hamish Sitzma. His eyes are darting sideways. He goes sideways now. Finds Headland. Pressure was on. Took the mark just in time before Leary arrived. He has a player now on the far side here in Lloyd. Joel Lloyd. Twirls the ball in his hands. Spots up. Leading player there in Sam Gray, who can't take the mark. Good recovery here from Dakin. Gets it to Jake Murfitt. He can pump it inside 50. Leading out is Madden. Over his head. Chance here, Oliver Chugg. Kicks off the ground. North back line under pressure. They meet the pressure. And Fletcher Bennett's got it. Gets a kick to Lee at half back. Lee, short distance kick, finds Simpson. Takes his time. Finds Avent, defensive side of the centre square. Good possession footy here from the Bombers. Sideways kick to Bennett, who can run on. Kick up the wing, looking for Bailey Mitchell, who decides not to run on. Now he gets a kick away. Caught late there by Ben Murfitt. Gets it up towards Cox Goodyear. Good spoil from line by Alexander, who's done pretty well on Cox Goodyear. He's close to the boundary line, gets it now to Chugg. Finds Jasper French. Could have been incorrect disposal, but Jake Murfitt pumps it out to the wing, and there he is again, Fletcher Bennett. Another intercept mark. Plays on as a player all by himself, Jake Nash. Takes the mark. Well, no, he drops the mark. Has to play on now. And a good work there from the Longford player to put pressure on. It was Hamish Sitzma. Forced a stoppage. Nearly 31 minutes gone. Lee thumps it forward. Chance here for the Longford defence. Wide kick. Jake Murphy can't quite take the mark. Here's Bailey Mitchell. Thumps it inside 50 towards Jasper French, who leads out, but Leary gets there first. And Brandon Leary takes the mark. 30 out, pretty much directly in front.
Probably kick it after the siren here, Dave, I reckon.
Yeah, it must be close to siren
Very
time.
close.
Haven't had a lot of goals kicked in this quarter. Margin is 68 points. You picked it, Max. So Leary's gone back probably 45 metres from the mark here. But he should convert this. He's kicked 3 today. 2 in the first quarter, 1 earlier in this quarter. He skips in. Kicks for goal and kicks a goal for North Launceston right on 3-quarter time. And that's his 4th for the evening. 12-18-90, the Bombers. Just the 3 goals in that quarter. 3 goals, 6, so inaccurate again. And Longford are 2-4-16. 1 goal, 1 in that quarter. They kicked the first goal of the second half. So the margin, 74 points at 3-quarter time. I don't know what the temperature's like down on ground level, Max, but it's starting to plummet a little bit in our commentary position.
Cold on the legs, Dave. Would have been nice to have the rug.
Yes.
You know, blanket over the knees.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Goal kickers to 3-quarter time.
Absolutely. Goal kickers. I'll go straight down the list here. Cox Goodger 2, Stingle 1, Leary 4, Bailey Mitchell 2, Mansell 1, Avent 1, French 1. For Longford, we have Madden 1 and Oliver Chugg 1.
3-quarter time. It's 12-18-90 North Launceston. Longford 2-4-16. It's time for a break and a hot drink. Get a cappuccino or a latte from our sponsor, Brew Coffee Hut. You're here at the game today behind the interchange benches just in front of us here. And they do a great job each and every week here at UTAS Stadium when we're here and all around northern Tasmania. Thank you for your support in season 2025. Stats to 3-quarter time, Dave Gruber.
Hit-outs, North Launceston 54 to Longford 17. Clearances, North Launceston 37 to Longford 27. Inside 50s, 45 for North Launceston and 21 for Longford. Marks inside 50, 5 for North Launceston and 3 for Longford. Intercept marks 14 for North Launceston and 8 to Longford. And free kicks, North Launceston have 15 and Longford have 18.
Best in the business, our statistician Dave Gruber this evening. And thanks to him for his work each and every week here on City Park Radio. We'll take a break here, have some messages from some of our sponsors. At 3-quarter time, it's the Northern Bombers by 74 points.
Play your cards right with new LPG deals from Elgas. Whether you're moving in or you're settled in, make the switch online today. From LPG account credits, fixed pricing and carbon offset options, Elgas has got you covered. Don't lose out. Visit the website, choose your new deal and sign up today. Go online, www.elgas.com.au. Elgas, local, safe and reliable.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
When vegetation is causing you exasperation, contact HST Tree Services, Intelligent Vegetation Solutions, an industry leader with a focus on quality and safety. HST Tree Services provides vegetation removal, mulching and fire breaks, dead wooding, pruning, hedging and crown reduction, plus equipment such as elevated work platforms, wood chippers and posi tracks. For a free no-obligation quote for commercial or domestic jobs, search HST Tree Services online or call 0409 547 018. HST Tree Services. Our aim to exceed your expectations. A sponsor of City Park Radio.
2025 best urban car under $30,000? That's the Cherry Tiggo 4. The Tiggo 4 Pro redefines small SUV expectations with style, technology and value. All from $23,990 drive away. Backed with a 5-star NCAP safety rating and a 7-year warranty. There's no wonder it's the best in its segment. Visit Buckby Cherry and you'll see why the Cherry Tiggo 4 Pro might be the right SUV for you. Buckby Cherry, York Street. LNCT 3117.
A sponsor of City Park Radio. This broadcast of NTFA football is brought to you by Elgas, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
Welcome back. It's Dave Moore, Max Walker, Dave Gruber and Tony Webb on the boundary. City Park Radio 103.7 and 96.5 and via the AFL Tas live stream. As both teams getting their final instructions. We didn't have a chance for much of a wrap up there Max, it wasn't a great quarter of footy, but I thought Longford did a great job. I think that North Launceston only had one goal through about the first 20 minutes. They kicked a couple towards the end of the quarter, but it's once again just the weight of numbers, weight of entries told against the Tigers.
Yeah, and when you look at the goals scored in that quarter, Dave, like you've just alluded to, it was three goals to one, but in addition to those 3 goals, North also had 6 other scoring shots. Yep. So, 9 goals to, 2 scoring shots in the quarter. So, can't really judge much on that side of it, but like we said in the call, that first 15 or 20 minutes, I considered it a dull game of footy. There was no fast breaks. Nothing exciting was happening in the game. Longford were trying to cut North Launceston's run out. There was some good defending from both sides, and I keep coming back to just the way that the North Launceston backline, the cohesion of it. Fletcher Bennett probably changed his boots, I reckon, at 3/4 time. He had a lot of it in that quarter, and he controls it as well. And North have been lucky in the last 10 years. Fletcher Bennett's learnt from 2 or 3 really good players playing across that backline, and he's just taken over that role now, hasn't he?
And you can see that happening again. I mean, you can see Lockie Mitchell, you can see young number 18, Lockie Shea, David Summers, these guys coming off half back.
All these guys.
Yeah. So it's been handed down that way to play attacking defence and launch things from the half back line. So, they've been pretty good.
And they direct the traffic as well.
Yes.
They're not just there to get the ball themselves, they set the play up.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Tigers, some players have come in and out of the game. They've tried hard. They've cut down the space, I think, in that forward line, which meant that, you look at some of the goals that Leary and Cox Goodger got. Some of them have been opportunist sort of goals. It's not a night for marking inside 50 groups. What was those stats again for the inside 50 marks?
Inside 50 marks.
Sorry, I caught you on the spot there.
Inside 50. Yeah, here we go. 5 to 3 to 3/4.
Yeah, so only 8 marks over the course of the night there. So it's not been a great night for marking. Slippery conditions.
No, it hasn't, and it's not going to improve in the next 30 minutes either, Dave. I don't think. I'll say there'll probably be another 2 or 3 maximum.
Tony Webb on the boundary.
Yeah, North Launceston just not overly happy with the way their shape was in attack. You felt that anytime they sort of got the ball, instead of going forward and using their pace, they were more or less taking a step backwards. And that was giving Longford the chance to man up and get their defence working. With the defence themselves, he's quite pleased with that. But he just said it's not been a great night for you all. We're mainly maintaining our shape. If we lose it at the last second, then we're having to handball our way out of trouble a bit. So he wants them to use their pace more. I think I said that at half-time or quarter time. Still saying that. He still wants them to use their pace because he feels, obviously, they can run the legs off Longford. And I suspect he might be right.
Just for those that are tuned in, Tony, the news on Dom Pitt.
Dom Pitt, yeah. I haven't heard since the half-time thing, but his shoulder did pop out and they couldn't get it back in the room, so they took him off the hospital. And as far as I know, he's still up there. Thank
you very much, Tony Webb. Best in the business there on the boundary. So about to get underway here in the last quarter. City Park Radio, 103.7 and 96.5. From the ball up, Lee wins the tap to the front of the contest. Taken there by Bo Nash. Rescues his way free. Declan Chugg working hard. Could be a secondary ball up here. Bo Nash, another attempt to get it out. And we'll have another ball up. City Park Radio next week, our debut at Deloraine for Deloraine Scottsdale. Get back to that in a minute as Stingle kicks inside 50. Aganis is there. Longford player falls over. That was Dakin. He got the handball away. Kick smothered. And nearly out of bounds. Leary lays a tackle. And eventually there's a whistle, thankfully, as it's going to break up the play here.
In the back.
And it's going the way of the Tigers. In the back pocket. I think that's young Gatenby back there. Tom Gatenby. Plays on. Oh, he slips over against Leary, and now he's caught, and he will be holding the ball. Unlucky for the youngster. But as soon as you saw him slip, he pounced straight away to Leary. And he's going to take the free kick right on the boundary line. He's settling back for a shot. This would be something if he could convert from there. Seen Cox Goodyear do it over the years. So Brandon Leary has gone back a fair way. The man on the mark is 1 metre in from the boundary. Gets around now, Leary towards Invermay Park, and oh my goodness, what a goal that is. Never, ever looked in doubt. Brandon Leary kicks it for North Launceston from the boundary line. 13-18-96, 2-4-16. You've got to feel sorry for young Tom Gatenby. He just got pounced upon like a kitten on a toy, and he got caught in the tackle and sailed through from the set shot.
He did all the hard work, got the free kick, didn't he?
Yep.
And then, unfortunately, lost his footing, lost his footing, I should say. And Leary just made something out of what was really nothing, because it shouldn't have been his kick in the first place.
That's 5 goals.
It is 5.
Now
He's got a handful.
Brandon Leary. He's probably only had half a dozen possessions, Max, but he's made each one count. From the middle, Casey Curtis has got it. It's a half-distance kick away. Oh, Lee got one from behind there in the back of the head. Player apologises straight away, but he's gone down. Lee, it was Isaac Chugg, I think. He's holding his head. He's right in the centre circle. Play goes on, though. Headland kicks sideways. Nice kick. Finds a teammate there on the far side in young Tootle. Plays on straight away to Gatenby, who's confronted, has to backtrack. Gets around, right foot kick. Tries to spot up a teammate there in Chugg, but Stingle's got the mark. Lee is up, still looking quite ginger. He's got a thump in the back of the head. He might come off for a bit of a check here. We've got Tony to keep an eye on that one. But,
go back to Stingle the ball. Smart umpiring then. That's been happening, isn't it, in the AFL a little bit the last few weeks after a recent incident. If the ball's within the play and there's a couple of trainers around an umpire where it's normally been allowed to flow.
So Lee replaced by Husband. Tony Aganis has rolled up into the ruck. Kick from Stingle's pretty good. Marked there by Sam Simpson. One of the best improved players in the competition. Kicks inside 50. Leary again rises high. Longford player got in the way. Good spoil in the end. They fight on the ground. Here comes Jake Nash. Gets it to Cox Goodyear. Back now to Declan Chugg. Kick smothered beautifully there by Headland. He's now tackled by Bo Nash. We'll get a ball up. So still working hard, that Longford defence. They've been under pressure all night. They'll sleep well tonight, the likes of Dylan Headland and Connor Alexander back there. But another ball up. So I mentioned before, we're at Deloraine next week from 25 minutes past 2 for Deloraine versus Scottsdale. As we've got shepherding in the ruck contest, it's going to come back here to Deegan Madden. The big fella, in his defensive 50, plays on, gets the handball sideways. Kick out of defence there by Hubbard. Up the wing is Oliver Chugg. Can't pick it up. He's laid upon, and we get a ball up. Play much at Deloraine, Max, back in the day?
Yeah, played a few games there. Yep. Nice little small ground.
Right next to the old race course there.
Yes. Yeah.
Emerging there is Simpson. Kicks inside 50. One grab, two grab. I think that's Will Dakin.
The old Easter Cup.
He's taking the mark. Yes, that's right. He jumps races back in the day.
Yeah, the old hurdles.
Will Dakin switches, but getting in the way is Brad Cox Goodyear. Takes the mark, 40 out.
Jasper French is wasting his breath there, I would have thought, just calling out for the ball. He was 30 metres by himself, but...
there's no way Bradley was going to give up a shot on goal from that distance. No. He's 10 metres in from the boundary, right underneath the brightly shining scoreboard. Cox Goodyear, close to the man on the mark. To the Invermay Park end. It just fades away. Tell you what, he's missed some this year, Max.
Kicked a couple of posters already tonight. He's probably had five points, I would have thought.
13-18-96 to 2-4-16. The margin is 80 points, 81 points, I beg your pardon. As that point is registered, it's 13-19-97 to 2-4-16. We're now on attacking 50 for North Launceston. Gannis doing the ruck. We'll get down to Tony for a report on Alex Lee at the next stoppage. There's Avent. Gets it away now to Lockie Mitchell. Getting through traffic is Stingle. Kicks to half forward. Contest from the mark. Oh, gee, Cox Goodyer came out. He was the only one who really wanted it in that contest. Rose high and took a chest mark. He's going to go back for another shot, Bradley. He's about 55 out, I reckon, when he delivers. Pretty much directly in front.
You just swing around to the left a little bit here. Gain a bit of extra meterage.
Take the advantage of the stand rule.
His fourth mark inside 50.
Thanks, Groups. Kicks towards goal. I don't think it's got the legs. It's thumped through for a behind. 13-20-98 to 2-4-16. Groups, just repeat that stat for us, please.
No, it's Brad Cox Goodyer. That's his fourth mark inside 50 this evening.
Okay, so the leading in that stat of all comers tonight. Sliding in and taking the mark. There was Alexander. Kicks to the wing. Spills out of play. So Deloraine, back in the day, I think they joined the NTFA back in about 1984 or 5 with Georgetown at the time. The NTFA was expanded from 6 to 8 teams.
6 to 8, so that would have been about 1984 or 5, like you say.
Yeah.
Yep.
Remember Ian Donachie, I think he moved to Deloraine back in the day for a while. He was one of the famous forwards back when we were fighting the NTFA footy. Ball ricochets towards the boundary line. Close to it. Stays in play. Bo Nash can't fashion a kick. Scrappy footy. Umpire lets it go. Spills out. Simpson probably taken without possession there. Umpire says play on. Casey Brown's got it. Turns, twists, caught, holding the ball, Casey Brown. Great tackle there by Bo Nash. Bo Nash, 70 metres out from goal. Looking for a shorter target. Sees Cox Goodyer in the pocket. And getting in the way and taking a nice mark. There is Alexander.
Had his hands full tonight, Connor Alexander. You'd say Cox Goodyer's been on top of that contest, but he hasn't been disgraced either.
Kick looks for Sitzma off his hands, out of play. Margin is 82 points. It was 13 at quarter time, 57 at half time, 74 at three-quarter time. So I'm sure Longford would love to hit the scoreboard a couple of times in this last quarter. Don't think they've had an inside 50 this quarter, Groups, correct?
No, not yet.
As Gannis now kicks another inside 54, North Launceston off the ground, Cox Goodyer. Handball forward of the contest. Getting there first is Avent. Still got the ball now, Jackie Avent. Backwards, Stingle. Throws on the boot towards the goal square, bouncing footy. Evades lots of players. Here's Jake Murfitt. He'll be happy to concede the behind. 13-21-99 to 2-4-16. 83 points the margin. Headland wastes no time. Kicks to the far side. All North Launceston clears the contest. Fletcher Bennett mops up. This way, that away. Back now here towards, I think that's Stingle now at the footy. He knocks it forward. Trying to take it away was Isaac Chug. Casey Brown. Kicks sideways. Smart one. Finds Sitzma.
This plays right into North's hands.
Yeah,
you slow it down,
it
they flood back. Sitzma should have just been on his bike a lot earlier. They're lucky found a target here in Casey Curtis, who handballs off to Hubbard.
Hubbard now charges forward inside 50, but Fletcher Bennett, another intercept mark. Don't know if you've been keeping his tally, Grooves, but he's taken a few today back there. Sam Husband, defensive side of the wing, has the footy. 45 kick finds Stingle. He's been magnificent tonight. Now to Jake Nash. Kicks in the middle of UTAS Stadium to Smedley. He's got options galore. Goes wider to Sam Simpson. Little fumble. Gets closed down a bit. Has time to recover. Inside 50. Finds a target. Looks like Bailey Mitchell back there. Who's taken the mark. Gets up limping. A bit proppy. You noticed that early in the game, Max?
Yes. Yeah, he was a little bit, but I think he just stubbed the foot a little bit into the turf on that occasion.
So he's lining up for North Launceston's 14th goal and his third. He can convert. Kick 2 in the second quarter. Shouldn't have any difficulty here. 25 out, 45 degree angle. Bailey Mitchell has hit the post.
It's their third poster for the night, David.
13-22-100. That was the winning score by Hawthorn in the 1978 Grand Final against North Melbourne. You're looking at me quizzically, Max.
Well, I just wonder who knows that sort of shit.
I do. As Dylan Headland now goes to the outer side, off hands, out of bounds.
What's the score at the moment then in the Hawthorn game, Dave? Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay, I do. 93-53.
Okay.
40 points in favour of Collingwood.
Not great news for the Hawks. Do they drop out of the 8 groups or are they hanging in there?
I don't know. It depends what happens, but, I don't know.
You sound a bit pessimistic there.
Not a great few weeks.
No. Anyway, they'll get their own back here when they play Adelaide in a few weeks, couple of weeks.
I'll get the Bulldogs first.
Okay. Avent towards half forward, over the back. Chance here. Longford take it through Maloney. In fact, that was Chug, thank you. He's caught with a footy. Free kick. Is that Cox Goodyear? It is. He might fancy himself. Man of the mark is 48 metres out from goal at about 15 metres in from the boundary. Underneath the scoreboard, Max has ruled him out. Let's see what Coxie can do here. He runs around, gets good purchase towards the Invermay Park again, just falls short. It might have hit the post again, I think. So it's 13-23-101 to 2-4-16. So that's 1 goal 5 in this quarter by the Northern Bombers. Oh, it's a torpedo out from defence by Hubbard. Kicks long, clears the contest. Brinkman's got it. He's happy to see it over.
Need a few more of those, Dave. That was well executed torp from the Trout. Hubbard made it to the wing. I'll take that every day of the week. Forcing another
torpedo.
Yeah, another stoppage off the wing.
13 minutes gone in this last quarter.
So Longford are rolling with one more around the contest, but North have got one more back to cut the kick-off when it does go forward for Longford.
Chug gets it to Brown. Handballs away to Ben Chug. Good footy as Headland now kicks it towards attacking 50. A couple of options there. They both looked at each other, Chug and Taylor. It was thumped away in defence. Casey Brown's got it. Brinkman has to kick straight away. Or slapped into the palms there of Isaac Smedley. You hear that one on the effects, Mike Max?
My word, he'll be... that one tingled a little bit. We felt it from here, Dave.
Absolutely.
Good smother. Just took that extra step, Brinkley, then to try and get his kick away when he should have just threw it on the boot a bit quicker.
So from the boundary throw in, Sitzma against Lee. Lee gets it to Chug, back to Lee. Over the top to Bo Nash. Takes off, gets a good block there from Chug. Kick's not great, works later the advantage there of Bailey Mitchell. Kick into the centre, hits the chest there of Jake Nash. He's got a runner in Fletcher Bennett. Confronted by Headland, gets him round him with ease. Chips it towards full forward. Cox Goodyear can't take the mark. Spoil from behind. Loose footy. Getting there is Connor Young. I think that's Tootle there who's tackled to a standstill. It'll be a ball up. 30 metres out from North Launceston's goal. They've had all the play in this last quarter. They've just kicked the one goal. The only goal of the quarter. Lee thumps it forward. Lloyd kicks it, but straight into the lap there of Stingle, who marks 50 out.
I'll put this one down for number 3, Stingle.
Well, he'll definitely go around on the mark. Today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas for all your LPG needs statewide. Talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 13 11 61. Michael Stingle doesn't shoot on goal. Leading player, husband. It falls short of him. He has to double back, but it's out of bounds. So right in attack here for North Launceston on this chilly night. The Bombers have been too strong, but maybe haven't been as dominant as we may have thought pre-game. Longford have shown good patches against this dominant North Bombers outfit. It's going to be a secondary ball up here. Still only about 25 metres out from North Launceston's goal.
Going nowhere at the moment, Dave. No one... North have got lots of numbers around the ball. Longford are matching them at the moment still.
Still a chance here for the Bombers. They dive in. Husband gets the handball, but only straight to Alexander. Back to Lloyd. His kick in the back pocket's a good one. Oliver Chugg, who's drifted up. Get a report from Tony in a moment on Alex Lee. Chugg. Now, he might have got dealt with after he got rid of the ball, so it'll be a free kick. Going the way of Sam Graham. On centre wing. Hasn't seen much of the footy tonight, Sam Graham. Nice kick, though. Connects well here with Tootle. Caden Tootle made his debut this year for the Tigers. Kicks into the centre of UTAS Stadium. Dakin can't quite take the mark, has recovery. Back to Graham, now to Jake Murfitt. Jake Murfitt goes wide, looking for Brinkman, who takes the mark. So they'll go inside 50 here, the Tigers. Leading up here is Chugg, he can't take the mark. Pushing the back though. And Oliver Chugg will shoot on goal from about 45 out, slightly right of centre.
Probably their best passage of play all night, that Dave. Just a
Good
bit
possession
of
footy, yep.
Bit of patience, bit of possession, and Oliver Chugg deserves to be able to finish this off for his second of the night.
One in the first quarter. 9 goals for the season. Then he comes. Kicks towards the town end. Has it got the journey? It's thumped through there by Fletcher Bennett. Tony, you got some news there on Alex Lee.
Yeah, he's back on the ground. He came off for about 5 minutes. Fairly sore sort of head, but didn't really get any training. They spoke to him, but that was it. No action, so it would seem to be fine.
No worries, thank you, Tony. Got a free kick now by Sitzma. He kicks hurriedly inside 50. And this will be downfield again. I think Oliver Chugg will get another kick on goal. He was dealt with after he got rid of the footy.
Having a bit of a mare of a night, isn't he? Alex Lee around the ground. In the middle, he's had 184 hit-outs, but his work around the ground today, just had one of those nights that he'd probably forget.
Oliver Chugg, another opportunity. He fell just short with the previous one, which was a bit further out. So I reckon he's got the journey this time. In he comes. I could be wrong about that because it's just short again, right on the goal line. Chance out the front. Ben Chugg couldn't take possession. Lockie Shea clears it out. But it might be coming back here through Brinkman. Oh, he drops the mark. Simpson can't keep it in. Cody Brinkman disappointed with himself there. Couldn't rein in that mark. So it's still a chance here for Longford. They're 60 metres out from their goal. Inside 50's Dave Gruber for this quarter.
9-3 North Launceston's way.
Okay, just the 3 entries for the Tigers. 19 minutes gone. Low throw in. Lee gets it here to Chugg. Can't keep possession, Declan Chugg. He's hurt that shoulder again. He's got up, flexing it. Had some troubles with that early in the season, missed a number of weeks. Seems to be okay. Lee with a big thump down the wing, bouncing footy. Ends up here with Ben Chugg. Little fumble, tries to get rid of it. Out it comes here now, Simpson. To Shea, who got thumped and dumped after he kicked it. Free kick downfield. Go the way of Michael Stingle. Stingle, short option in Chugg. Turns, decides not to go on. Now he does. Low kick inside 50, looking for Leary. Brandon Leary takes the mark. And he'll line up now for goal number 6. From 30 metres out, slightly left of centre, Max Walker.
Kept the long sleeves on for the last quarter too. Let us down a little bit. Long in the first, short in the second, long in the third, long in the fourth. But you're right, Dave. This is goal number 6 coming up. He's second for this quarter. He's kicked 2 in the first and 2 in the third as well. And these are the bread and butter goals for Brandon Leary. You expect him to kick these every day of the week.
13-23 is the score. It's now 14 goals on the board to North Launceston, of which Brandon Leary has kicked 6 of them. So 14-23, 107. The margin out now to 90 points at the 20-minute mark of the last quarter.
So he's kicked 6. He's probably had 9 shots at goal, I reckon. Cox Goodyer, who's only had success in kicking 2 goals, 1 in the first, 1 in the second. He could quite have easily have ended up with, he's 5 or 6 as well if he'd kicked straight. I think he's had, 3 posters, we think? Definitely 2. We're not quite sure that about that last one, whether it was a poster or not. I guess North Launceston would like to, just be great to see him invent another avenue for goal, a consistent avenue for goal, isn't it? That would really make it difficult for the opposition backman.
From the centre clearance, it's Lee, who often does get his own clearances, doing it again with the left foot. Charging out is Dakin. In front of Aganis. Off the ground by Will Dakin. Umpire says, throw it in. Umpire Oliver Wright. So it's a throw in. Attacking side of the wing for the Northern Bombers. Next time we cover the Bombers, they'll be playing at Windsor Park against Launceston in a couple of weeks' time. Great to see Windsor Park back online, Max.
Yeah, my word, it is. 280 days or something, it's read in the paper. Yeah,
looking an absolute treat. So Launceston and Scottsdale there tomorrow as Avent releases Chug. Spins out of a tackle. Oh, player there now. Is that a knee hurt there? That was an awkward fall. Just keep an eye on that one. Player getting up there is Oscar Mansell. Just didn't like the way he twisted there on the slippery turf. Seems to be okay. It's now at half forward for the Tigers. We'll have a ball up.
And they're being smart about it as well. The development league or the reserves are playing over at the Christian school again tomorrow. So looking after it until it settles down completely and ready to roll for multiple games.
Jake Nash to half forward. Chully over the shoulder there to Brandon Leary. That's the call up against Tom Gatenby. So Leary too far out to score. Spears the pass for Cox Goodger, clears him. Jasper French will release Cox Goodger on his right foot. Brad Cox Goodger snaps a goal for North Launceston. He can kick him on his left, but he can also kick him on his right. And smart play there from Cox Goodger. Good assist there from Jasper French. That's Cox Goodger's third for the night. 15-23, 1-13 to 2-5-17. I reckon the Tigers would love to keep it under triple figures.
That would certainly be their aim at this stage of the game. At the beginning of the game, they would have been happy to keep it under 7 or 8 goals, I would have thought.
Yes.
But 100's a good target now if they can get 1 or 2 in this last 4 or 5 minutes. What I wanted to say, Dave, is Jasper French been very impressive tonight.
Yes.
Good contest, hit the ball hard, done the team things, as in that one was a prime example, fed it out to the guys running past. And
played a lot of his early footy down back, but he's played deep forward most of tonight. Get a secondary ball up in the middle.
And that's the reality of it as well. You might think you're a backman these days, but something happens and all of a sudden you're standing in the full forward square and expected to kick goals. Likewise, if you're a backman, vice versa.
Succession of ball ups here. We'll get a free kick now. It's going to go the way of Casey Curtis. And the Longford crowd have stayed on. They're supporting their team well tonight. Inside 50. Ives with the spoil. Spills to the back. Chance for Chug against Bennett. Can't pick it up. Ben Chug now fighting hard. Handball, Simpson, Smedley, Jake Nash. Gee, they're good in close with that handball, Max. They've worked it out now to Bo Nash. Oh, beautiful handball now to Fletcher Bennett. His kick's fantastic to Avent. Can they go coast to coast here? Inside 50 now through Husband, deep. Mark Leary. They will go coast to coast. Fantastic football, North Launceston. Boy, oh boy, they just worked that with a chain of possessions from deep in their defence and ended up there with Leary, who's kicked his goal number 7. Nearly missed it.
Well, no, he didn't nearly miss it. I had a bit of a chuckle because I think what he had a half intention of trying to kick it over to Invermay Park, and then at the last minute thought, no, I'll just drill it through on the side of his foot, and it went straight towards the goal umpire. So he was very apologetic afterwards, saying, look, I'm sorry, I didn't really mean to do that.
How was that in close handball, that defensive 50?
That was, I think it was 5 handballs, two kicks through the middle, another handball, hits Leary on the chest, goal.
I think I'll put that up on social media tomorrow. That was just a great passage of play. 102 points now the margin. Here's Declan Chugg, starting to blow out late here for the Tigers. Husband drops a mark he should have taken. He trails the ball now towards the attacking 50. Good work, Jake Murfitt. Wins the footy. Releases a kick. Brinkman does well to trap it. He's got it now. Has he got support? He gets out of trouble. He kicks it nicely in the middle of the ground. Might have been touched off the boot. Player threw it on his boot straight away was Madden. Fletcher Bennett, the general in defence. He's caught this time though. And he's caught holding the ball. Free kick That's Ben Murphy. Gets it to attacking 50 to Sitzma. Sitzma low kick towards full forward. Here's a chance. Chug, snaps, and goals, I think. Wait for the umpire. Yes, he's kicked it. Oliver Chug kicked his second. And Longford get it under that 100-point margin with their third goal. 3-5-23 to 16-23, 119. Good work from the Tigers, Max.
Yeah, perseverance, isn't it? Like, they've certainly been outplayed for probably 20 minutes in each quarter. You know, they've been competitive for that 7 or 8 minute period, you know, whether it be 7 or 8 consecutive minutes or 2 or 3 5-minute bursts, but certainly been outplayed overall and certainly on the scoreboard. But, yeah, they've persevered. They've done the best that they can, and that's all you can ask.
Yeah, so good work there from Oliver Chug. He's now kicked 10 goals from the year. Leading goal kicker for the Tigers. He's back in the middle. We get a secondary ball up. 27 minutes gone. Should go about 30, 31 minutes, I'd say, this last quarter. Hubbard comes out to meet the ball. Can't take it with him. There's Bailey Mitchell. Gets it to Bonash, who's been terrific tonight. Kicks towards goal. Over the head there of Aganis and his opponent. And it goes out of bounds. Next to the left behind post. So Brandon Leary, 7 goals tonight, 3 in the last quarter, 5 in the second half.
Not a bad second half, is it?
Not a bad second half at all, Max Walker. We'll wrap up pretty quickly after here. After the final siren. It's getting quite cold. Get Tony's interview on ground, of course, and Max's 3-2-1. Casey Brown, big torpedo off the side of the boot, up the wing. Ben Chug can't take it. There's Sam Gray, he's dumped in a tackle. The ball up centre wing.
Have you noticed 99% of the tackles now, Dave, like 5 years ago, you tackle them, all you want to do is, you know, put them underneath the turf. But the coaches are coaching a lot better. The players understand. They get wrapped up. You roll them a little bit. You don't throw them down.
Yep, those head injuries we're worried about. Casey Brown's tackled there by Bonash. And he's caught holding the ball. Prior opportunity, says umpire. Is that Ollie Pye?
Adam Hayes.
Adam Hayes. As Nash gets it back to Fletcher Bennett. So many good players tonight for North Launceston. Kicks it to the centre here, looking for Declan Chug. Getting the way is Isaac Chug. Gee, nearly could have kicked that straight away towards Sam Gray. Oh! He's met with a big tackle from behind. Holding the ball. Play on now, Declan Chug. Bonash. Declan Chug, 50 out. Kicks towards the goal square. Off the side of the boot. Almost a mark to Bailey Mitchell. Hubbard's there for the Tigers, and he scores a try over the boundary line. What a tackle from behind there on Isaac Chug. He just didn't have the awareness. He played on.
Well, it was the Longford teammate's fault. He's ran within about half a metre of him with the North Launceston bloke
on his hammer.
Half a metre behind him. Give him a bit of space. He was always going to run and carry as a left footer. 29 and a half minutes gone. Front position, Sitzma wins the tap. Here's Bailey Mitchell, snap for goal. Not bad, but offline. And it's 16-24, 120 to 3-5-23. 4 goals, 6 in the last quarter here for the Northern Bombers. Close to siren time. Hope you enjoyed our coverage here on City Park Radio and on the AFL TAS live stream. From defence, Jake Murphy, lovely kick. But that man Bennett's there again, although getting in the way there is Casey Brown. Tackled from behind by Simpson. And we'll get a ball up. The Pies have done a good job tonight. Officiated well. Not easy conditions. Casey Brown takes the footy. Kick. Ben Chug picks it up. Set upon. Casey Curtis gets a kick away. Play on as Simpson takes the ball. Over the back, here's Jack Avent. Cruises away from the contest, inside 50. Spoil from Jake Murphy. Still a chance here for the Bombers. Connor Young. Now Leary, already kicked 7. Off the ground, Isaac Chug. Does well to get it to Sitzma. Little fumble. Aganis dives in. Handball away here. Simpson gets to 30 out. Sam Simpson, that's a great finish. Sneaks it in the left-hand goalpost. And the lead sneaks out beyond the 100 again. That's his first goal tonight.
17-24, 126. Plays 3-5-23.
Just a little bit of composure there, wasn't had the presence to just take that extra couple of steps, straighten up. Could have tried to kick it around the corner a little bit, but knew his limitations, knew where his opposition was, and just took that step. Angled his body 20 metres more front onto the goal and done it easy in the end.
He's in a bit of the shadow of Ben Simpson, who's, we know has gone to South Australia, Sam, but he's really developed his game as a footballer, a really valuable player on ball for North Launceston.
Yeah, he has, and finishing off with goals like that night just adds another bow to it, doesn't it? And complements what he does out of the middle.
Sitzma inside 50. Oh, that's a lovely mark to Bennett. Right on the siren. There it is, second opportunity. It's full time here at UTAS Stadium, and it's a convincing win to North Launceston. They've run out winners by 103 points, 17-24, 126 to Longford, 3-5-23. So they sort of ground Longford down as the game progressed. Really even first quarter, just a 13-point margin with 3 goals to 1. But in the end, they piled on the goals in the second half, 8 goals to 2 to run out convincing winners as the players shake hands. Played in a pretty good spirit, pretty physical game. It was Dom Pitt suffering that shoulder injury. Gee, Michael Stingle looks a bit proppy coming off the bench, as does Brad Cox-Goodger. But they'll have time to recover before next week.
They'll bounce back, Dave. They'll be fit and ready to go again next week.
Absolutely.
Robin boys. Goal kickers.
Yes,
while we're waiting for
get to
Tony.
Let's
go straight down the list, but I'll put the leading goal kicker on top first. We've got Brandon Leary, who's finished with 3, 6, 7 for the night. Leary 7, Cox-Goodger 3, Simpson 1, Stingle 1, Bailey Mitchell 2, Mansell 1, Avent 1, French 1.
We'll wait for the Longford ones because we've got Bo Nash there with Tony.
We have indeed. Welcome to City Park Radio, Bo. Another good game, a bit over 100 points. Team didn't quite have it all their own way. The couple of periods of play with Longford were pretty good. But what's your take on the game?
We definitely didn't play our best footy early. We knew that. Smithy definitely revved us up at half time, and we knew what we had to fix, and we definitely changed that. And I think that last half we really tried to use our game, go through the corridor, use our hands, which I think really worked, and we got on the end of the scoreboard, which is good. I think we kicked a few points, which is a bit unlucky, but we need a big goal kicking and training.
Yeah, I think it's about 3-9 in the second quarter or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how many Brandon Leary kicked, but I think he kicked a bloody few.
He got 7, actually. Now, your game this year has really come on this year. How would you describe your role in this current team of North Launceston?
Yeah, I've made the change to a bit of an inside mid role. I had a bit of time there last year in the TSL, but yeah, it's good to play inside mid. I'm glad Smithy's gave me that opportunity to go play inside mid, which I've absolutely loved, and that's where I play my best footy, I think.
Okay. Look, thanks very much for joining us on City Park Radio. It's getting a bit cold out here, so we'll let you go. But congratulations on the win, your own personal form, and good luck for next week.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony, down there with Bo Nash on City Park Radio. We'll get groups of stats while Max thinks of his 3-2-1 for the City Park Radio Player of the Year award. Group of stats-wise, what do you got for us there?
Hit-outs, North Launceston 78 to Longford 22. Clearances, North Launceston 51 to Longford's 35. It was 14 to 8 in the last quarter. Inside 50s, 61 to North Launceston and 27 for Longford. It was 16 to 6 in the last quarter. Marks inside 50, North Launceston 10, Longford 3.
5 in that last quarter to North Launceston.
Yeah, and none for Longford.
Yep.
And intercept marks, Longford finished with 11 to North Launceston's 18, and free kicks ended up 26 for Longford and 22 for North Launceston.
Now those hit-outs groups is an interesting stat there. I know Alex Lee might not have got every single one of those, but there were 78 hit-outs last week for Alex Lee. There's 78 hit-outs again for North Launceston tonight.
Dominate.
I think early on he didn't dominate as much as he did in that second half, where he really took control. Max, some better players. First of all, groups, thank you for your work tonight. Fantastic, as per usual. Max, your better players for both teams in your 3-2-1.
And I guess a lot of
we haven't done the Longford goal kickers either.
No, we haven't. I'll get through them very quickly. Madden 1, Oliver Chug 2.
Okay.
One thing with Alex Lee's taps tonight, and we've noticed it probably a little bit more this year in the Premier League, is that he's hitting it longer. It's not just down the throat, so that it means that the on ball is giving them a chance to run.
They know he's going to do that too.
Yeah, so he's punching at 20 or 30 metres or 10 or 15 metres, whereas we've become accustomed to him just watching it push it down someone's throat, an A-vent or a single or whoever it may be. Best players tonight, found it really hard to try and pick some outstanding players tonight, but I'll go down the Longford list first. Their coach, Casey Curtis, he was certainly serviceable. Isaac Chugg, especially in the first half, came back into it again a little bit in the last quarter. Joel Lloyd down back, can't really say what opponent he had, but he gave 100% effort, made some really good spoils throughout the course of the game. Casey Brown with his pace through the middle when he gets it, it's always explosive and dangerous. Brinkman got a little bit of it early and a bit again towards the end of the game. He was impressive. Hubbard was serviceable across half back as well. And Oliver Chugg, every time the ball got near him, he made a presence and made the most of his opportunities. For North Launceston, Cox Goodyer wasn't one of his better nights, even though he got 3 goals. Probably could have ended up with 7 or 8 again, but didn't have the kicking boots on tonight. Sam Simpson, as you mentioned, played very well also. Just making a couple of adjustments here as I go, because I've realised I missed someone, Dave.
Okay.
Yep. Bailey Mitchell with his couple showed that he can play forward and back. Thought Bo Nash again was not as great as what he has been, but certainly still picked up his 25 possessions plus, I would have thought. Sam Husband was impressive, uses the ball well, covered lots of ground. Jasper French as well, played extremely well. Good target up the front, and Alex Lee, who I thought was, again, like we spoke, out of the middle. Wasn't his best day around the ground, but certainly up and down the middle he played well. Vote-wise, I'm going to go for, I found this a bit difficult tonight, 1 vote Sam Simpson for his game, and capped it off with a goal towards the end there. 2, probably played 3.5 exceptional quarters. Fletcher Bennett across half back, took him a little bit first 15 minutes or so to get into the game, but after that found it very hard to get past him. Took a great pack mark down here in the last quarter, just somehow managed to hold it. And best forward on the ground today, could have ended up with 10 or 11 goals. Kicked 2 or 3 points as well was Brandon Leary with 7 goals and 3 votes.
Thank you to Max Walker. 3 votes Brandon Leary, 2 votes Fletcher Bennett, 1 vote Sam Simpson. Thanks very much for being with us, Max.
It's a pleasure. Always enjoy it, Dave. It's a great time. No one wants to be anywhere else but apart from listening to City Park Radio on a Friday night.
Absolutely. Thanks to you, groups.
Yep, no worries, Dave.
Thanks to Tony on the boundary tonight. Thanks to Ben Donaldson on the camera for doing the stream. Thanks to Ashley Wilkes as well. Thanks to Chris Ball in the studio late on this chilly Friday night. We appreciate what Chris does for us at the station and gets our sports broadcast to air each and every week. Thanks to our sponsors, Elgas and Brew Coffee Hut. That's all from us here. Until next weekend, we'll be at Deloraine versus Scottsdale from 25 minutes past 2. Final score here tonight, North Launceston 17-24-126, defeated Longford 3-5-23. Bye for now.
This sports broadcast is brought to you by Elgas. For all your LPG needs, talk to the locals with knowledge. Elgas. Call 30.